go. Hola, people. Whoa. All right, I guess I'll leave this right here for now. All right, let me share this out. Oh, I just realized I copied that wrong and Cameo is spelled wrong. Oh well, y'all get the idea. You're so happy to see this video. Why is that? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Hola, hola. Definitely remember to like and share. Hey, hey, hey. Why are we happy to see this video? Incredible day. All right, I got to do a print and cut, but also want to just chittity chat chat. I also have to set up. So you guys are going to get to see me calibrate a Cricut mat because I need a new one because the ones I have are, one has a big bend in it. Actually, you know what? On one of these, I really just probably need to calibrate the other side of this Cricut mat instead of calibrating a whole new one. Actually, Shakeya, girl, you bugging. I got like 30,000 mats over here. I don't know why I'm trying to calibrate a new one, but I do need to calibrate this one because the other side isn't done. I think my issue was, see, I have this one, which is super dirty and actually needs to be cleaned. But then, so I was looking at this one, and then this one is for a specific purpose. I'm like, dang, I don't have no more mats. But then I go beyond this one, and I have these. So actually, this side needs to be calibrated. Girl, I got mats. I was just about to set up a new mat, and I got plenty of mats here. So I'm going to calibrate the other side of these two mats so that I can use them. And why is there hair all over this one? And keep it moving, Charlotte, because ain't no sense in setting up a new mat for no reason. And I'm going to clean these other mats. All right, let's move all of this stuff out of the way. Oh, there's too much stuff going on. All right. Let's bring the microphone over so y'all can hear me. Let me make sure. Can y'all see this? You can. I know the lighting in here is horrible. Sorry for all the wiggle, wiggle, wobble, wobble. But you guys are attached to the desk or the table that this is on. So it's going to wiggle and wobble just a little bit. Just a little bit. This is how I quick clean these. If I want to really clean it, I get some awesome spray from the Dollar Tree. But this is a quick, so not sure if y'all can see. Let me see if I turn it to the side. Okay. Can you see the dent? Yeah, there we go. So that has been affecting the way that this cuts because it raises up right there. So it doesn't cut right. So I can't really use this side for certain things, but I can use this side. But when on this side, I would just use it if it's not print and cut. But I just put a piece of vinyl there because it doesn't really need to be exact. But I need it for print and cut. And I don't want to have to calibrate another mat. So I'm going to use this side for print and cut. But because I just cleaned it, I'm going to let that dry for a second while I clean the next one. And then that one should be dry enough for me to put the tape on it to calibrate it. Excuse me, Mom. Oh, okay. What do I mean by calibrated? You'll see. So I'm basically setting it up to where I can use a Cricut mat with my silhouette machine because it doesn't line up. Cricut mats and silhouette mats do not line up the same. So in order to have accurate print and cuts, it has to read the registration marks in the correct spot. So I set it up so that it's looking for the marks in the correct spot. So you can kind of see it on this one. So you can see where that true edge of a silhouette mat would be. It's above the numbers at the top and on the outside of the line. It's not right here at the sticky part. So I have to set it up to where I know where to put my media so that the silhouette machine cuts it in the right spot. Whenever I'm doing edge to edge or if I'm doing print and cut. But welcome in, everyone. I am Shakeya, the professor of HS Inc. 365, home of Honestly Speaking, 365 Creative Academy, Soloholics Anonymous. I have been helping crafters and creatives for the past decade learn to use and master Silhouette Studio, which is a graphic designing program that is free to use. You do not have to own a Cameo machine, although I do own 7. So I am fully team Silhouette. I have 7 machines. I love my originals and the 2. I cannot stand the 3, although I do still provide help for it. I do not have the 5 as of yet, but I can still answer questions for it. I have my classes are mainly around the design part. As a creative and someone who's making customized items, I believe that knowing how to maneuver design programs and at least being able to do the basic parts of designing is key. If you say that you have a customs business, what's those things? Templates are good, right, to kind of help speed the process along, but you still have to know how to use the programs to properly um, change out and modify those templates. So I mainly teach designing and, of course, how to put things together. So we have classes and things for that. I have videos for that. But I love teaching the design part of all of this. We have 10 years of free videos over on YouTube, but we also have more detailed, in-depth classes that offer, lifetime access, unlimited access to the playbacks. You get access to a student union where you can ask, questions after the fact, especially if you are watching the playback and you were not there for the classes live. We never leave you, to your own vices to figure it out. There's always help and support in any class that you purchase from our company. And then, of course, I do live videos like this, where you get to kind of see me work on things, and I kind of have like little chit chat sessions. I have kind of chilled on the Q&As because you guys really don't take advantage of the Q&As. I don't know if you guys think that I'm an anomaly. I am, it's too good to be true that someone is offering up their brain and their expertise, or what it is, where you guys don't really tend to ask me questions. But I say, hey, it's Saturday. I need to do this. I need to clean up. Whenever I'm doing these things, I don't really like to do it by myself. So I figured I'd come hang out with my peeps. Hopefully the right people find me today who have questions and could use some free help. But we also have classes. So if you find some value in it, we are fully monetized. You can send stars if you're watching over on YouTube. You can send stickers and super chats and all that kind of good jazz. You can simply support the platform with digital currency such as likes, shares, tags, comments is the highest form of digital currency. Simply saying hello, and how are you doing? Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what it is that you do in the creative space. Letting me know what your frustrations are. And doing that in comment form is the most valuable form of currency, digital currency, and support that you can provide to my platforms, so that I can reach more people, help more people. My mission in this, when I started it, was to help as many people as possible with the experience and expertise that I have gained over the years. But I cannot help the masses if you guys do not help me reach the masses. The algorithm only does so much with me just going live. It takes for you guys to let the system know that this is somebody that all crafters, all creatives need to subscribe to, follow. And it definitely takes your engagement through likes, shares, and most of all, comments. Okay. So I come on and I allow you to pick my brain, because in order for you to pick my brain, we're not in the same room. That comes by way of typing out a question, comment, concern, inquiry, or just providing feedback. If I have helped you in any way, shape, or form, it's nice to know that if you've watched one of my videos before and it has helped you and you forgot to leave a comment or a review, now is your chance to go ahead and do so. I would greatly appreciate it to know, if a video helped you. But if not, hey, you can watch me calibrate these mats and complete this one print and cut job. So now this is dry. It is back sticky. That fast. Set these off to the side. Ooh, you're not plugged up. Okay, why are you not plugged up? Please hold. What's in the HE double hockey sticks is going on here? Why are you not plugged up? Alrighty, let's find out what's going on here. You're plugged in. You're plugged in. Is it the right cord? Okay. Yes, you are. So why are you not turning on? Oh, there you are. I do have a video showing this full process and how to set it up on your computer. It is on our Silaholics Anonymous YouTube channel. Just search Silaholics Anonymous Cricut Mat and you will find the video. What type of wipes? Just regular disinfectant wipes. I can be live. Thank you, though. I hate when it does that. It's saying that it's unavailable. Hola, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tapping in from Colombia. Hello, hello from Virginia. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, just say. Hola, hola, welcome, welcome. Incredible greetings. Hello, hello. And there we go. I just heard it click. So I do not use the auto blade. I use a manual blade. I absolutely cannot stand the auto blade. So I do have to manually adjust my blade whenever I use it. Ah, shoot. That's okay. Luckily, this is just calibration. It's not going to mess it up. I didn't realize I didn't have it out back far enough. So what that's going to do is, I know I saw my, now, did I push it off? I know I saw my weeding tool. I must have pushed it all the way off. Yep. It's okay. So now, this is exactly where the silhouette mat, the exact edge of the silhouette mat. And actually, well, I don't know if it's a new version thing. Actually, with this now, like the way that I showed it before, where I put the box, you really don't have to do that. If you make a long line going down, that's at least 24 inches, and a long line going across, and you put it like inside and like down. If you use your transform tool and just go a line to the left, a line to the top for both of those without anything else selected, it will automatically align to the mat. You just have to have your mat set up for the size mat that you are using, or have your design page set up, and it'll actually work that way too. So you don't even have to, before back in the day, I used to have a template. And then one day I realized, oh, I just have to use a transform panel. But you can follow that video as well. But like I said, as long as you have your mat set up, and you like if you're going to do 12 by 12, you'll set it to a 12 by 12 mat. You'll set it to 12 by 12 media. You'll make a line that's 12 inches going down, 12 inches. You'll set it up like on your machine. Just put the line here like that, and then select it one at a time. A line to the left, a line to the top, a line to the left, a line to the top, and you'll be set. Why am I using tape? Because that's how I'll know where the line is. It doesn't line up. I mean, I could just I can just let it gouge a line in it, but then that's going to be hard to see. With the tape, there's no guessing where it's going to line up at. So when I put this print and cut on here, all I have to do is go just like this. There's no guessing where the line is. Yep. So the tape makes it better. And this is why I use 24-inch mats. When I'm doing jobs like this, I can just put 2 on here and I'm going to cut it, flip it, and I don't have to worry. While this one is cut, I want one side is cutting, I take the other one off. But this side, I can't do it because this side of the mat is messed up. So I can only use that one side. But this mat, I can use both sides. I only use 24-inch mats. I think I may have like 1 or 2 12-inch mats. No, so it's not a 1 inch. It doesn't matter what size tape you use, because the machine is going to cut it. So when you watch the video on how to set it up, like how to set your mat up so that it will cut it, I just put the tape on the edge just so that it doesn't go off. So it doesn't matter. Like you can use wider tape. You're just going to waste more tape, but you're just putting it along the edge. The machine cuts it, and whatever is on the other side of the line, you just take it off. So it's not about you. You're not placing it somewhere. That's why you're letting the machine cut it. Oh, I feel like this cut too deep. It did. Cut way too deep. Way too deep. So I didn't design these. A client designed them. I'm just printing and cutting them. They designed them. That's for, I think, styrofoam cups. But yeah, I don't design. My job is just to print and cut. So you can't outsource. I have several clients that outsource their prints, which they're going to get more of these because the colors on these are actually the wrong ones. But since I'm live, I might as well just cut them because the color is actually off on these. I need to go get the ones off the printer that are correct. Ugh. Come off my foot. No, it is not clear. It is white. clean my camera. Woo. So, I mean, not sure if you guys just want to watch something print and cut. This is Q&A chit chat, but if you guys don't ask questions, I will. Yes, this is what's called kiss cut. Correct. I will end the live because I mean I come on here so that we can chill, vibe. I'll answer questions or just talk about general topics or whatever. But just to sit up here and watch this print and cut, it's kind of pointless. This is kind of why I stopped doing uh, live videos because y'all come on here and y'all don't say anything. I always check it before I pull it off. Kiss cut just means that it doesn't cut all the way through. You only cut to the backing. That's what kiss cut means. Your settings are set up to not cut all the way through the back. Cutting all the way through the back would be a die cut. So kiss cut is anything that's vinyl or stickers. HTV, sticker paper, adhesive vinyl, anything like that. It doesn't cut all the way through. Does what work for Cameo 3? Calibrating the mat or kiss cutting? So it's not anything that you do. So it's just in your settings. So you set your settings up to not cut all the way through. So it's not a special type of anything. It's not a special way to create a design that's a kiss cut. It's just the settings where you're setting your blade to not go all the way through. Yes, you have to do it no matter which machine you're using. No Cricut mat lines up with any silhouette machine because their mats are totally different. So I do that for all. I mean, how can I say it? I mean, yeah, you have to do it for all of them because I mean the silhouette mats are the same no matter which machine you use. So you have to set it up no matter which machine you're using. Yeah, there we go. I said it right. It's not a machine thing, it's a mat thing. A cricket 3. I don't know as far like so. This is not a cricket situation. I mean, I'm using a Cameo, so of course you wouldn't have to do this for a cricket. But I mean, as far as a print and cut, crickets can do kiss cuts as well. It will be the same thing. It doesn't matter which machine you are using, whether you're using a Cameo, a cricket, a Caesar machine, a Solo, a Graph Tech, a Vinyl Master, a US Cutter, a Puma, a Lock Lick. It doesn't matter. Kiss cut can be done on any plotter, any cutting machine. You're basically just setting your settings for whatever machine you're using to not cut all the way through. You can have a Joy, you can have a Portrait. It doesn't matter the machine. It's just about your settings to not cut all the way through. If you have a Roland BN20, you can do a kiss cut. If you have a Mamaki, you can do a kiss cut. Whatever machine you have, you just have to figure out your blade depth, the proper setting, the proper force to not go all the way through. Oh, and see, here I am running my mouth. Oh, I didn't put one on that side. I didn't finish setting up my mats because I was running my trap. So I did not set up. I didn't set up the other side of this mat, and I didn't set this one up because I was running my mouth. Now I have slowed down my process because normally it's unload, unload, load, unload, load, unload, load. I slowed my process down. Oh no, this is the one that I was supposed to put. That's the last one. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, hello, hello. Do you have to recalibrate the silhouette cutting mat if you get another silhouette mat? No. A silhouette mat will always match a silhouette machine. Kiss cut can be done with any machine. I meant, do you calibrate a mat for the Cameo 3, then calibrate a set? No, the same mat. You don't have, they all work the same. So that's like saying, do you have to use a different type of silhouette mat for a Cameo 3, a Cameo 4, a Cameo 5, right? They all use the exact same silhouette mat. They all work from the exact same Silhouette Studio program. So, no, you wouldn't have to do different mats for different machines because they work the exact same way. I cannot tell you what will be the correct setting for your machine. I don't know how old your blade is. You might use an auto blade. I don't use the auto blades. I despise the auto blades. I only use manual. I don't know which machine you have. So you have to determine that for yourself. So basically, with the kiss cut, it's just trial and error. Once you figure that out, and your settings for a fresh blade will be different than the settings for a blade that is conditioned and has been used. So I can teach you how to learning how to set your blades, but I can't give you blade settings. I can't stand those lists that go around that says use this blade setting because those are only suggestions. They don't work unless you are working with the exact same conditions. You're using the same blade. And there's also different settings if you're not using a mat. If you're cutting no mat and just on the cutting strip, your settings will be different because you don't have that barrier of the mat. So no one can ever give you exact settings. You're going to have to test your material because all of them are not created equal. If you're not using the exact same sticker paper, the exact same vinyl, your settings are going to be different. You want to do your test and then keep a notebook or keep it somewhere or write it on your machines, and just, do it that way. That's the best way to do it, is figure out what works best for your machine, your material, your blades. That's probably why I'm not the preferred instructor, because I make people think and make people do the work. I despise I despise cheat sheets. I absolutely despise cheat sheets. So it's probably why people don't like following me. But then they want to follow me when they follow those cheat sheets and they don't work. Oh my God, Professor, can you help me? My settings aren't working. Well, I tried to tell you. I mean, now you have no choice but to do the work. Yeah, I mean, and coming to me for help is not coming to me for me to give you the answer, because I can never do that. I'm gonna make you do the work and say, okay, let's walk through this. Let's do this step and that step, and you have to do this. You got to do trial and error. You can't be like, well, I don't want to waste material. Well, you got to. That's what I did to figure out my settings. You got to do the same thing. Can you kiss cut and die cut at the same time with the Cameo? Yes, you can. So you would set two different settings. So you have to have two different lines. The line that you would cut all the way through and the line that you would kiss cut. And so the best way to do it is to do it with line colors. And you would set your die cut line to one color, your kiss cut line to another color, and then you would use the line color setting, like under cut settings. You would go to where it says line, and you would make sure that the kiss cut one is set first, and then do the line. So it's not at the same time. You do the kiss cut first, and then it'll go back through and then do the die cut. Did that this side cut? Yes, it did. And I just ripped this one. So I did a video on easy peel stickers, and that's basically the same thing. So if you search Silaholics Anonymous on YouTube, so if you search Silaholics Anonymous easy peel stickers, you'll see that video. I always do this because this is like a pressure seal one. So it just makes it easier for them to lift it up when they go to do it, because it's pressure. Oh, this is the one that messed up. So it's pressure applied. So now they don't have to worry about using anything to pull it up. They just bend it back. But without me doing the initial lift, they would need a weeding tool or a scraper. And the average user, like the end user, doesn't have that. All right, so that's all done. Easy peasy, little squeezy. What type of vinyl is that? That's really, it's it's just a vinyl sticker paper. I don't tell brands anymore. Only people that like, only time you get a brand is if you're in one of my classes or like creative lounge, creative business area program. I don't provide names on my platforms anymore. Them folk don't promote me. I don't promote them. I have no choice but to technically promote Silhouette because I teach Silhouette Studio. I have no choice but to promote Cricut because their mats are very distinctive. So yeah, even though I don't get paid by either company. All right, so that part I am done. So I'm pretty sure the numbers are going to drop because you don't have anything to watch, to print and cut. This is where questions come into play to make this video worthwhile, and to make it where there is information for you to actually um, uh, absorb, or to actually have information or make this video worth listening to or being on. You guys have to ask questions or give me a topic that you need discussing. Other than that, it's just going to be you watching me clean up because I mainly came on here because I need to clean. So I figured I would, two birds, one stone, where I would come on and chop it up with my peeps. But if you guys have no dialogue for me, then it makes no sense to stay on. But I know that these numbers are going to drop because I no longer print and cutting. And I know y'all, some people just like to kind of see things in action and just watch from the sidelines. But I like to help. So hopefully the rest of you have something for me. If not, then yeah. Your silhouette keeps crashing. It's most likely the file that you're using is too large for Silhouette Studio. You have to remember, although I teach you guys to use it as a design software, it ain't meant to be a design software. It's not meant to um it's not meant to hold a lot of graphics, also a lot of text. If your design has a lot of text and it's still in text mode and it has not been converted, and you don't have basically a super gaming computer, you are going to bog down your system real bad. Real bad. If you have a lot of windows open, that's a lot of data. Silhouette Studio is not meant to process a lot of data. How do you cut by color? When you go to send, there is it's a part at the top that says by fill. So you can cut by line color, you can cut by fill color, you can cut by layers. Simple is the cut, no cut, cut edge. So if you want to cut by color, you go to by fill and you select the colors that you want to cut. You deselect the colors that you don't want to cut and you select the color that you want to cut. And then when you want to switch it out again, and it will cut where it's at. Remember that Silhouette Studio and the Silhouette system is not like Cricut. It will not move everything to the top to cut it, like to group all of the colors together, and then you're just like cutting everything all on one. It will not do that. So if that's what you mean by cut by color, where it's going to group it like Cricut does and put all the colors on a mat, it will not do that. You would have to manually do that. But if you have a design and let's say it had 4 colors in it, it will cut it, but where that color is. It's not going to move it to the top of the vinyl and cut it in the top corner. So if, let's say, my hand was 5 different colors. Whatever color this is, your vinyl needs to either be big enough to cover that area so nothing will be here, it will cut there, or you need to measure exactly, cut like a small piece of vinyl and put it right in that section so that it can cut and you're not wasting vinyl. But it won't do like Cricut does where it will separate them by color. So I'm not sure which reference, like, what you meant by cut by color. And just for those, you can do a lot in Silhouette. This entire design was set up in Silhouette Studio. I did a trace and it's horrible. I need to do some edit points, but it needs 9 million. I think I need to find a different image. Sometimes you guys think that you need all of that and you don't, or you're trying to trace something that is not ideal for tracing. Not everything can be traced. This is why I have a group. And this is where you guys should be, and you're on Facebook. So this is where you guys should be going into the group and posting it and saying, "Hey, this is what I'm trying to trace. Does it, do you have any tips or da 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 da, or can this be done?" Because you probably wasted a lot of time on something that can't be done, or because if you're not quite skilled in it or just not sure what to do, you're wasting a lot of time when a simple post could save you a bunch of time. You guys, especially the ones that, like you guys who are already in my group, y'all waste a lot of valuable time because y'all refuse to post. Y'all refuse to ask questions. So you can't get help if you don't ask a question. I don't know why I just tried to put this together. So if you want, you can post it and let me see what it is. And I can try and guide you through and let you know. If you join Creative Lounge, or if you're in Creative Lounge and you come to pro call sessions or you come to the sessions, we have a Q&A at the top of every single Creative Lounge session. You literally could have it done and shown to you in real time if you are a part of Creative Lounge. Now that's a membership, but the perks make it well worth it so that you're not frustrated. You're going to be able to get things done a lot quicker and just move on. I keep getting registration error when trying to print and cut with a non-silhouette mat. You probably just missed. It's probably because it's picking it up in the wrong area. When it comes to print and cut, it must it's looking for the registration marks in a specific area, just like I just did with the Cricut mats. You have to calibrate it. You will need to use some regular old masking tape or painter's tape. You put it on the edge of it. You follow my video. You put it through the machine, and it's going to do this. So as you can see on this mat, it doesn't line up with the sticky part of the Cricut mat. The silhouette area for where it's looking for it is much higher. So if I were to put it here, it won't read it. And some machines will read it, but your cuts are going to be off because you have your paper about what, an inch down from where the machine is actually looking for it. So this is why it's not registering, because you're using a non-silhouette mat. It's not picking up in the area because most of those mats are universal. That's what they say. And or a lot of them are made more so for Cricut mat, like Cricut, because they're the thicker mats. So they're made for Cricut machines, not silhouette machines most times. And they have some that they say they're for silhouette mats. I mean, they're for silhouette, but I still recommend calibrating them. I actually calibrate my silhouette mats also. I have had some that are still off, so I calibrate my silhouette mats too. So I have some Cricut mats that I was going to give away because I thought they were too thick and would mess up the rollers. No, they will not mess up the rollers. Silhouette's pickscan mat is the same thickness as the Cricut mats. They will not mess up your rollers. I've literally been using them for years. I used Silhouette mats maybe the first half a year of having my first cameos, and I have never purchased another Silhouette mat since then. They are horrible. You go through too many. It cuts too deep into them. You feel like there's like little shards of plastic sticking out. I could not stand that about Silhouette mats. So I use them a little bit like the first year of having mine. And because I had Cricuts before, I used that and I never looked back. So, and I have all 4 generations. I don't have the 5th generation, and I've never had an issue with it messing up my machines. Hello, hello, incredible greetings. Welcome, welcome. People used to swear me up and down it was going to mess them up. And I'm like, y'all must have never purchased or never used a pigskin mat. It's literally the same thickness, which is why I do not understand why Silhouette never made any of their mats that same thickness, because the pigskin mat is literally the same thickness as a Cricut mat. Incredible greetings from Australia. Woohoo! All right, let me move this off to the side so I can tackle this floor. I ain't gonna let y'all see my floor though, because it's a hot mess.com. Need to move this so that I can get to the computer. How do you get the Cricut mat to align to the Cameo? Mine are always off, so I measure to find the same spot. So that's what I just showed. You missed it earlier. So if you search YouTube, Silaholics Anonymous, Cricut mats, there's 2 sets of videos on there. There's a video that I did years ago, and it's in 2 parts. And then there's a video that I did more recently, still years ago. I'm not going to do another one because there's no need to do another one because it's the exact same way. If I did another one, it might be just because of version 5 for Silhouette Studio. But you will need either tape, masking tape, or painter's tape. It doesn't matter. Painter's tape, you waste a whole bunch of it because this is all that's going to be left at the top and on the sides. It's just a little bit. So the masking tape works. It works just fine to just use masking tape. And you're just going to line the top to where it doesn't go over the top. It doesn't matter. You're not lining it up to a certain part on here. You're literally taking this and just making sure it doesn't go over the top. And you're just going to go across the top. That's it. And then you need to just put lines along the top and bottom. So in the video, it shows you how to make a box and then do transform to line it up. You can also, I realized after the fact, if you just make a line with no box on it, well, you want to make sure that when you're watching the video, it tells you how to go in. You have to make sure that under your settings, it's set to cut to edge. So like the video walks you through all that. It has to be set to cut to edge. And then you would either make the box, center it, and then use that to align. Or like I said, I just realized if you just make a line and then you just align it to the left and align it to the top, and then the same thing for the horizontal line, put it there, align it to the left, line it to the top, it'll be there, and then you're just going to send it to cut. If you go back and watch this one, you'll see it where it just goes, and then you just take that piece off, and that's it. I actually did 2 mats when we first came on. It's a very easy process, and it makes it to where it lines up perfectly every single time because you just put your paper right where that edge is. Do I see a major difference with version 5? I don't really use it. I did it on one of my other laptop just to have first look or whatever. I don't use it. When I did go to it, I don't see a major difference. I personally don't like the way that it looks. There's nothing majorly different about how it works or anything like that. So there was no need for me to rush to go to it. It was still kind of buggy. When I did kind of look at it, but I don't really use it. My main computer that I designed from still has version 4.5 on it. I have no need to rush to version 5. I am not the, oh wow, update every time they put an update out, because sometimes updates will F stuff up. But as far as from what I have seen, because I do have it, like I said, on one of our work laptops, one of our company laptops, it just looks different, but literally everything functions exactly the same. They have not added any new features. It operates exactly the same. Thank you, Lex. I mean, yeah, I like to think it is. I've been using that for 10 years. I mean, I think it's tried and true. I've had my mat set up that way for 10 years now. Yep, some people are still using version 4.4. I never liked 4.4. I went from 4.3.370 to 4.5, but some people 4.4 worked for them. I'm not working on anything. I've been working like nonstop between technically 4 different things between Creative Business Accelerator Program, Creative Lounge, like, and setting up like the dates and stuff for that. The class, like Monday is Creative Challenge, and we're doing activity booklets. So between like prepping for that and like making sure I do stuff, I have literally been going, Zip Learning Co. And also just my customs business. I've just been going. So it is a hotmess.com in here. So I am now just cleaning up and just kind of chilling and hanging out with you peeps. I don't do Q&As anymore, really. I stopped that because y'all don't really ask questions and it was a waste of my time. So I stopped doing them. So I just, every once in a while, I will come and just kind of do one if it serves a purpose for me. So like, I don't really like to kind of be in here by myself. This morning I was cleaning up the house. I caught up on most of my podcasts. I'm caught up on my Hulu shows. So I was like, yeah, okay, now that I have to clean my office, what do? I was like, okay, I'll take a chance and go online. Let's hope it's some folk that got some questions or have some topics that we can discuss. Or I'm going to just be like, hey, this is why I stopped doing these to begin with. But yeah, this is the only time, like stuff like this, only time you're going to be able to catch me in this capacity, because I don't. Whenever I come on live now, I come on with, oh, you guys can't even see me. Why not? Okay. I come on with a purpose to promote one of my classes, promote whatever I have going on. Like I now just use my platform to sell. I gave y'all 10 years of trying to just help. So now when I come on, I'm normally coming on to sell something. And you still can't see me, but yeah. So yeah, I actually haven't. Oh, see now it. Oh wait, did it switch to this camera? That's why it did that. I'm like, why I didn't realize it switched to this camera. I'm thinking that my phone went dead and did. That's why. Okay, makes sense. My phone went dead. I'm like, why am I out of frame? I'm like looking at that camera, but it's because it went dead. Duh. But yeah, I'm not on that one. I don't know. Ever since the original, it's the same, but not the same. And the rest of them just whine too goddamn much for me. Yeah, they just whine too much. And at this point, all they artists need a job, okay? They need to go work at McDonald's or somewhere because their lives are boring to me now. Tamar ain't the same without Vince, and it's just, yeah, they just ain't the same to me. So I don't prioritize them anymore. At this point, they behind. Don't none of them do no real singing, no nothing. Their jobs and they make money off of reality TV. They ain't talking about no investments, no nothing else. Go get a job at this point. Let's see. I'm glad I stumbled on your YouTube page a couple of years ago. I had no understanding of silhouette. Not a pro, but I'm not afraid to use silhouette. And Tamar be acting like a hooker. Yeah. And I'm sorry when it came to the little white, what's the man name from when she was on the little dating show? That little opportunist, he got on my last nerve. What child? I'm glad I can't remember his name, but him. I damn sure. I actually the last two dudes who she was serious about. I couldn't stand not now one of them. She need to go ahead and take her behind back. Well, I can't say that because if what Mama Evelyn said was true and that he was beating on her, then I can't condone that. But the other one she was doing they just wasn't it, and I can't. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. What about vending machines? What's your question about vending machines? See, exactly. What was his name? I can't even think of the little lawyer name. Oh, but he irked my nerves. I'm so glad Tommy read him for filth, honey, because he irked my nerves. That was the most entertaining part about that when Tommy read him for filth, child. Talk about some him getting rooms on points. Baby, that ish was hilarious to me. She said he wanted to eat the boom boom. You know, I'm gonna let him do what he do. Ah, baby, I love me some Tommy. What in the heck was this? I have no idea, but we're gonna put it right there. What was your question about vending machines? This room, when I tell you this room is a hotmess.com. I literally was going from project to project to project to project since we did the custom footballs last month. I have literally gone from project to project to project to project and not put anything away. It is a hotmess.com in here. Hotmess.com. Actually, which came first, footballs or Valentine's Day? Whichever one. It's been a mess in here since then. I wonder if the vending machine person is someone who's just now watching it. And when I asked like what they do in the creative space, if they were answering that question. Because sometimes it doesn't, like, it lets them watch it from the beginning instead of like catching up where we're at. What was in this? Oh, the binding machine. Wait, can y'all still hear me? Okay. Yeah, this is there. All right, there we go. All right. So it is 7:23. It might change to 7:24. So y'all have until 7:25 for someone to post a comment or a topic, or I will end the live because it makes no sense for y'all to sit here and just watch me clean. That's creepy. I prefer to talk and chit chat while I clean because it makes it easier for me to get things done and keep moving and actually stay in the room to get it done. Because if not, I will walk out and it won't get done, which is why it hasn't gotten done. But I refuse to just be on and just have the camera on just to be on. So if no new topic, no new questions have been posted by 7:25, I'm just going to end the live. Because y'all, it's like, it's point, like y'all, it's not benefiting y'all to be on here either. But how can you listen to me if you're not asking any questions? What are you listening to me do? Breathe and complain? You listen. I mean, you listen to stuff because it was like topics before, and luckily my cousin came on and she asked about Tamar, but that's over with. So yeah. I don't really use it. So at the time, whatever was like the current version, I do not use version 4.5. I don't use version 5. 4.5, I really don't know. I'll tell you which one I have. Okay, no, I've been thinking about version 5. I've been through 2 versions, so it's not really which one I moved up to after 4.3 because now this is my second or third version of 4.5 third version because they've crashed and acted crazy. So I had to like go to like the next one, the next one, the next one. So the one that I am currently on, and by no means am I saying that this version will work for you. Please understand that. By no means am I saying that this is the version that everybody should go to. It may not work on your system. I had to go here because it was like something on the other one crashed and I needed to get work done. And that was the easiest thing to do, was to go up to the next version versus trying to go back to 4.3 because I needed to get something done. In order to go back to 4.3, I would have had to uninstall and da. So it was just easier for me to go up to the next version of 4.5. So again, the disclaimer, just because I am on this version, I am not endorsing this version as, hey, this is the most stable, go there, because I don't know like yours. Like I haven't had a class around certain things. I haven't really been to where I'm like talking to a lot of my students, like those who still have older systems, to know like which one is the most stable. But I will tell you which one I'm on. I am on 4.5.791. 4.5.791 is the one that is currently on this system. All right. Well, you're not a question person. Obviously, the other 25 people on here are not question people. Waiting on other people to ask questions. They're not asking questions. It is now 7:27. So I'm going to go ahead and end it because no one here has questions. So can get to collapse items in the property box. So I thought, can't get to collapse the items in the property box. Wait, what property box? You have to, I'm not understanding. Can't get it. Okay, which version are you using? So let's start there. And when you say, can't get it to collapse the items in the property box, what property box? Meaning when you open up windows, they're not collapsed? Like, what do you mean? Because see, I don't think y'all want me to talk about what goes through my brain, because y'all probably think I'm an asshole. So I'd rather help y'all with what y'all like, because y'all will probably hate me and never come to my platform again if I talk about what I actually think about. Y'all would think I'm the biggest asshole in the world. 4.3.370. Items on the right side in the property box to have multiples. Okay, so let me just go over here. Okay, so you're saying, like, when you do this, when you say you can't get it to collapse, you're saying it won't do this? Is that what you're saying? Simple question. I don't remember how to reset the center rotation after I move it. Can you briefly explain? Just move it back. If you moved it over here, you just click on it and move it back. And now it's reset. Okay. So when you do this, it doesn't do anything. It just stays up. When you click this, so you're saying when you click yours, it just stays down. It never collapses. Or is it that you are trying to open up multiples of them, like, and have them all stacked? Yes, when you pull it, as long as you pull it back, so you're here, it's always going to be, you should always see that anchor right there of where center is. No matter where you move it to, you're always going to see the center point. You just move it back to that point. And even once you get close, it'll snap back. You really don't have to do much to it. So you get close to it. Well, like when you're zoomed in, it might be a little bit harder. Hold on, let me pull it. And normally when you get close to it, see, it'll pull it, it'll snap it in. Okay, so you can't do it either way. Then yeah, maybe you need to go. You're on 4.3.370. Well, yeah, 370. I'm not sure why you're having that issue. That definitely is not an issue. Like I know all the issues with 4.3.370, and that is definitely not an issue in 4.3.370. What I would recommend is that you do a video, like record it on your phone and upload it to my group so that I can see exactly what you're referring to, because there are some glitches in it, but that definitely is not one of them in that version. Like that is not one of the, like that one I know for sure it collapses to where you would be able to have this here and it just, I mean, even if you were to have multiple things open, it will collapse. Even if you were to snap them together, that it would still collapse. Like that much I know in 4.3. Because I do it all, I used to do it all the time. Now, unless, well, you know what? Maybe it's your preference. So you do know that there are preferences for that. How often, most of you guys don't even go to the preferences, which is why this is like day one of my essentials. This is why my essentials, we don't go straight into, okay, let's design something. I make sure that I walk you through everything and I explain everything. My Essentials of Silhouette Studio is the only program, and I will stand 30,000 toes down, if you only have 10 of them, that it is the only program that literally walks you through every single thing within that program. You may find it boring because you want to get to the good stuff, but it walks you through everything. You will not have very many questions on things if you actually watch the videos. So there are things like when you go to your displays, how things like your panels, whether it's in flexible mode, single panel mode, multiple panel mode. Mine's in flexible. So if you're in single panel mode, maybe that might be the reason why, because no, even in single panel mode, it's still, I was like, maybe that would be the only thing I can think of is if it was in single panel mode, but no, even that, it collapses. So I'm not sure. I would need for you to post a video for me to see exactly what is going on with yours, because I'm just, I can't visualize it. Like you're hitting that button and it's not doing anything. Even if you so have you tried shutting the program down? Was it doing it before and like you were on something and it just didn't do it? Have you tried shutting your entire computer down and then restarting and seeing if it fixes it? If you have not done that, that should always be the first line of troubleshooting, is to at least shut the program down. If you open it up and it's still doing it, shut your computer down completely and restart. But I was like to say, maybe it's because of single panel mode, because it's like only one thing should be open at a time. But no, even single panel, it still allowed me to shut it down. So I'm not sure. I don't see the door in the center. What do you mean the door in the center? You don't see this part here? You don't see the actual bullseye in the center? If you pull it away, so you saw when I was zoomed in, I mean, well, now I kind of see it. So it's pulled away from it. Like, I don't know if you're like zoomed out, zoomed in. So like that's me zoomed out. Now, if I pull it in closer, like I don't have it selected. So yeah, you don't see it. But if you pull it, you see it. and then you pull it back and it should just snap. Yes, let me post it and post it in the group. Don't send it to my inbox. I do not respond to inboxes. I don't provide personal help in the inbox. You must post it to the group. Let's see. I still refer back to your essentials program. It's the bomb. Thank you. Yes, it may have gotten lost in the background of my design. So it won't get lost. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, if you have a bunch of things there, so maybe that's it. Or if it's, remember, I mean, if your design is black, you're not going to see it. So that's a thing too. So like if your design is black or dark, yeah, you're not going to see the center of rotation that way. You may have to change the color of it, or if it's a picture and that area is dark, yeah, you're not going to see it really. You know, maybe that's what it is. Like your thing is just too dark to be able to see it. Do you need to rotate it again from the center or something? Why are you wanting it to be right back in the center? Do you need to rotate it? Like, do you need to do a second rotation where it needs to be in the center? She says you are the goat, not a donkey. Oh no. Now, no, what I meant by that is people were asking questions. So they're like, "Oh, I'm just on here listening." So I'm like, if they just want to listen and I talk about the things that like go through my head, they would think that I'm an asshole. Oh no, they would really think that I was an asshole. Okay. But yeah, there's nothing that you can do to just click on something and just reset it. You have to move it. Normally, though, I mean, literally, if you just move it towards the center, it will snap. Even if it's just close to the center, like it doesn't have to be exact. Like even if you go just somewhere close to the center, if you're just trying to do that rotation, it'll still work. Like as long as it's like not over here and rotating on this axis, but if it just gets close to it, and you can normally can tell also like now remember that works. It's gonna if you have a bunch of things selected, center of that is going to be based off of like all the things. How you can also make sure it's centered is look for the white lines on the side, and you're just going to move this and visually look for it to be in between the white lines at the top and on the side. So just look for visual cues for it to be close to the center. That's another way that you can do it. But there's going to be no way for you just to click on something and just reset it to the center. You just have to visually move it there, even if it's like black. All right, last call. Oh, I know, Vanessa, you were like, don't get off. You're trying to do this print and cut, but love, I can't just stay on and just going to be dead air. So if you have a specific question, I mean, we should have gotten the print and cut done by now. So if you have a specific question, let me know. Because if there are no other questions, by the time my clock gets to, it just turned to 7:43. By the time it gets to 7:44, I'm going to end the live video. You are in my program, so you can always ask your question on one of the next live Zoom sessions. But yeah, okay, you said it's done. All right, cool beans. Hopefully I can actually stay in this room and finish cleaning up without, I'll find another podcast or something to watch. I probably won't survive, but it's okay. I get a feeling I won't survive, and I'll probably be out of this room within about 30 minutes. This is why it hasn't gotten done, because it's really hard to just sit in here and just clean this room. Hopefully I'll be disciplined enough to actually get it done once I turn off this live video. Since you guys have no help, I help you guys for 10 years. 10 years. And all I do is say, help me clean up my room by engaging. Have conversation. Talk about, bring up some topics to talk about. Help me clean up my room. That's all I ask. I ask y'all to help me after I've given y'all free help for 10 years, and y'all can't do that. This is a one-sided relationship. Do I know which version has the post-it notes? I'm using 4.4. I looked for it the other day. It wasn't there. So it's hard to tell. I've never gone through every single version, and there's some that will have it and some that won't. I've never used any of the version 4.4s. They were all very, very glitchy. I know 4.3 has it. I know that 4.5 has it. I've never used them. I don't see the purpose of them. So I've never used it. And 4.4, when I say I used it like once, I would go to it, it would glitch out. It was horrible. So I've never really stayed on 4.4 to know any of those. But there are times where they will make adjustments to one part and leave off something else. So you might be on a version where they left that off and you need to go to another version. So I'm on version 4.5.791 and the notes are there. So you can either go up or try another. If you prefer to stay on version 4.4, try another, like whichever one you're on, go to the next one. If there is no other version 4.4, like if you're on the highest 4.4, you can always uninstall and then go down if you prefer to stay there, or go up to 4.5 or go to version 5. It probably went there if you were ever using a beta. Some people have their set for automatic updates. If you ever installed a beta version of a program, once a new version comes out, it will automatically basically go through like the update thing. So how do you change your version? The best thing to do is to go to the website and go through the versions and change it. Of course, they're always going to show the most recent version. You're going to go to Legacy and choose one of the older versions if you want to go to that. If you ever go to a version that is lower or earlier than the current version that you have to uninstall the version that you have currently and then download and install that version. But if you ever want to go to a version that is higher than the one that you have, all you have to do is just download and install that version. So all you do is go to software. Like I said, it is always going to go get, like if you just go here, one of these is always going to be the most recent version. You're going to go to legacy versions, and every version is here that is available for download. Every single version is here. And you select which one you want to go to. And the notes is right here. So let me make sure. Let me go to view in standard. Yeah, it's in standard too. I was gonna say maybe if it wasn't in standard, but no, it's in standard too. So that's what the notes looks like. I don't know if it looks different in 4.4, but in 4.5, that's what notes looks like. So you should be looking for an icon that looks like this. So for everybody that's on here right now, do you guys are you in Facebook? Like, do you guys join Facebook groups? And when you're in Facebook groups, are you just in Facebook groups just to see what other people like post and just like and say, "Oh, nice job," or do you post things and ask questions? Was there a new update or just the version change? I'm not sure what you mean. An update is the version change. So are you asking, like, when you say new update, are you asking, was there any new features added? Thank you. I just you looked at your machine or you looked at the program? Program and machine, two different things. It's there. I promise it looked different before. That's why I said I'm not sure. Maybe in the older versions, it looked different. I don't use it, so I don't quite remember what it always looked like, but it may have changed because I think it looks different in version 5. Thank you. You're the best. You're welcome. I never liked it because in some of the old versions, you will put it on there and it would just be stuck and it's like in the way. Like, I don't understand the notes thing because it was just in the way when you would move stuff around. So I never liked the notes. I think now you can. Is it that can you? Yeah, like you can collapse it, but and I guess it stays in one spot. But before it used to move around the page, and that was annoying. So, and you couldn't really delete it. Now you can delete the notes, but before you couldn't, and that was just stupid. So, what do y'all join Facebook groups for? How do you? So for you, since well, you don't ask. You say you don't ask questions on here. You don't ask questions in groups. Do you ask questions of YouTube? Meaning you put searches in. Like, do you search for specific type videos, or do you like? How did you come across crafters? Like, how did you come across this content? Um, are you searching for content? Like, no, there are no new features other than what was technically there for for the Cameo 5. Well, not Cameo 5. Well, yeah, Cameo 5, the electrostatic mat and stuff like that. But there are no new tools, no new features to Silhouette Studio. Can you tell me how to make the fan template in Silhouette? What fan template? There's like a million and one different types of fans that can be made. I join Facebook groups to learn and see what others are doing. Okay. It's just a half a circle. That's it. So I don't make them. I have no interest in them, but it depends on a lot of them come with it, but if not, you're going to lay yours out. And like at the end of the day, it really is a circle and a circle cut out of the middle. So once you lay it out, you will measure from edge to edge, and you're going to make that a circle and then cut it in half. So I don't know the size. So this is not the exact template, but you're literally going to make a circle. And let's say that circle was let's just say it was 6 inches. We'll make it 6 inches. And then I'm going to double click on that. Come here. Oops. I'm going to click on this edit point, and I'm going to go delete point and flatten. There's your half a circle. Now, if you want this part cut out, you're going to make a circle, depending on what size that should be, like what size that is. You're going to place it there, center it, and subtract it. And that's going to be that. That's it. I don't do this. I don't do those, so I don't know the exact sizes. But you would measure. When you're laying yours flat, it's going to look like this. Measure from edge to edge, and that's going to tell you the size of your circle. You're going to make it flat. Measure from edge to edge. That's going to tell you the size of that circle. You're going to place it, and you're going to subtract it, and that's your template. In Facebook groups, I search for topics. Sometimes try to help, see what's trending. If I click on someone to see if I like them, if not, I don't watch them anymore. Good old edit points. Yep. Good old edit points. But okay, so you're searching for topics for what reason though, right? So those are technically questions. Like if you're searching for a topic, that means you have questions about it. You have inquiries about it. You have an interest in these things. It's like you guys go into groups to search for these, but you never bring your interest to my platform. It's like you're never telling me what you're interested in and how can I help you with your interest. Y'all go and you search YouTube for topics, but you never bring those topics to this platform. Why is that? A question doesn't mean that you have a problem. I have watched you for years and took some of your classes. Many times I miss you because you are mostly on during the day. I think it's the Canva train everyone. Okay, but I've shown Canva. I never said it had to be a silhouette question. I've shown Canva, I've shown Silhouette, I've shown Photoshop, I've shown Cricut, I've shown Summation, I've shown Papercraft. I've shown foam board. I've shown balloons. I've shown party favors. I've shown memorials. I've never said it had to be a silhouette. Like, I don't teach just silhouette. I'm like, I don't say I'm the silhouette professor. It's creative, like all things creative. And so I was like, what are your interests? What are you interested in learning about? I don't ask, I say, what topics, questions, interests, feedback, like questions, comments, concerns, like, and you guys are like radio silence when it comes to me. And it's so weird to me. But y'all say y'all enjoy watching, but I'm like, I'm so confused. But then it's like, to me, if it's, oh, well, just show me something, but then where's the support? If I just show you something, you gain something that you can then make money on. It's not like you guys are willing to drop stars, super chats, cash apps, Zelles, PayPals. So then, I'm not inclined to just come on here and give you everything that I know for free, because then how does that benefit me technically if I just come on just to give out any and everything? Because then why would you join my classes if I just came on here and just taught all willy-nilly all the time? But then when I say, I'm not going to do this, no, don't do that. But I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what's the purpose. What the heck does this go to? I have no idea what this goes to. What does this go to? And then people were like, but I learned so much. Well, I don't know that. Y'all don't leave comments saying thank you. This is what I learned. This helped me. I appreciate it because I was able to do X, Y, and Z. Y'all don't leave reviews. Y'all don't leave comments. So I don't know that I helped you. If I go on an interview right now and they ask me how many people have I helped, I would not even know. I know how many subscribers I have. I know that people always, once I go on a rant, people say, oh, but you've helped me so much. But how am I supposed to know? Well, how have you helped them? I have no idea. It's just whenever I say, and I threaten to say, I'm going to go away. Oh, no, you're just the greatest. You helped me so much. But I'm like, would I ever know this? Really and truly how I help? Could I ever gauge it? No, because no one ever really comes back. They don't comment. They don't say anything to me. I'm just like, I don't know. Okay, see, that's a topic I can handle, right? Because you're not the only person. Most of them are afraid to say that they are skilled in this, they love this, they like doing this, but they are struggling to make it a business. This is I have a whole program. Now, most people probably won't want to invest in the program to figure out how to make it a profitable side hustle or a sustainable business, because it is a lot. Like right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have students that's in the accelerator program where they are intimidated. They're like, I don't know what I got myself into. And I'm just like, don't worry about it. Stick with me. I promise you, I will get you through this. I will help you figure out how to make this work for your life and figure out how, what to do, Now it may take work from you. It's going to take financial investment. If you're not ready or willing to make those types of financial investments to operate like a business, then you're going to have to readjust your goals and things of that nature. But even with that, like people coming on the platform and being honest, saying, I'm struggling making this a business. Like that's a concern. That's a, hey, this is where I need help at. But it's like, I don't know if they're afraid to say that openly, but how do you then get the help if you're not even willing to say that openly or get the help? I don't mean, yes, I have a program. I mean, to be able to help you on a more like on a deeper level to really get to the nitty gritty of it. Yes, I would like for you to join the program so that we can really figure out your needs and I can go through it. There's no way I'm ever going to be able to help you with your business in a live like Q&A. I will never get online and just help people for free, just work their business because this is my business. This is how I make money by teaching it. I'm not a content creator that makes money off of just making content about how to start a business. I have courses, I have programs that I make money off of doing that. I don't mind coming on here, dropping a few things here and there, giving some things to think about. But this is a topic that, hey, we can get into, right? So the truth of the matter is, and then I think most times I'm going to say advice or the things that I say isn't what you guys want to hear, right? About why is it that it's like not being able to make it a business. Crafters want to do everything. Like that is literally the main thing that's going to keep most crafters from ever really making money is they think that they can do everything. And y'all hate to hear that. It's like, I know y'all talking to brother. And it's some people that will go and be so bold to. Oh, the girl Tiffany was so bold. Oh, I've helped plenty of people make money. Don't say that you can't be lucrative. And then gets on her platform and it's like, oh, but I have to do this. And then you are not doing any of the stuff yourself. You are literally buying somebody else's templates and doing things that way. Oh, but you got to build up to this. You got to get this. And I had to do this. I had to build up. Literally the same thing that I'm saying, but you wanted to come on my platform and try and like debunk what I'm saying. And I'm like, I'm still going to stand on it. Trying to do everything when you first start out because you're in these groups, just trying to absorb everything because you guys never ask questions. This is the problem why so many people struggle in their business because you refuse to ask questions. You don't you see stuff and oh my God, it's so cool, but then you don't really dive deep into it. You want to just go, okay, well, what do I need? Where's the price? Where's the supply list? Where's this? You ask those questions and you just get into it and you just don't get a full understanding of it. I'm not saying you, but this is a topic that I can definitely kind of just go into because now it just puts me on a tangent where I'm like, hey, somebody open up the door for me to like technically speak my mind, even though this may not be where you want to go. And again, I'm not saying that this might be your issue, but it's just a general issue. So now I'm going to speak on this generally because you open the door saying, hey, I just can't figure out how to make this a business. And what I've noticed from the majority of people who are crafters, it's because one, you guys don't ask questions. This is the issue. I don't ask questions. That is the problem. You should always be inquisitive. You should always be asking questions. You should be questioning every single thing. And does it work for you? Do you have the capacity to do it all? Does it work with your lifestyle? Do you have the right audience? Is this going to work in my area? Like we think that because we're seeing it everywhere, it's going viral. We're thinking all Black people want to put boots on the ground and everybody wants to do line dance and have clap dance. That don't work in every area. Every Black community don't give a damn about them dang on flat dumb fans. Because I damn sure don't care about a fan, don't care about doing no line dance. So the same way that there's people that want to do it, there's also a great number of people who are like me and give half a rat's ass about a line dance, a fan, a clack, or anything else. But because you guys see stuff go viral, you think that everybody wants to do it and that your audience is, and you're not finding out if the vast majority of your audience. The other issue is when you do poll, one or two people say, oh, yes, and you run with it. You cannot build a business off of one or two people liking something. Because if they get a fan, are they going to get a fan for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? No, they're going to want one fan. Then what? You purchase all this inventory, and then what? And then what? And then what? And then what? So, one, stop trying to do everything. Just because you are creative, just because you have these tools that can do everything, the same way that they can do everything, it is okay to utilize these machines and utilize these printers for one or two things. Become known for something. This is what I just taught about in my Creative Business Accelerator program. What is your signature thing? It's not to say that has to really forever be your only thing, but what is your signature thing that people will know to come to you for? Like, they will know your brand, like you become a household name for that thing, even if it's just in your area. Focus on local first. So many people, there's so many coaches. My assignment isn't local, it's global. Baby, you need to conquer local first. Oh, the people in my area don't buy anything. If you cannot communicate properly your business, and if you can't get people locally, and if your mindset locally is only the people who you know, because local can be anywhere. If you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone, I'll tell you one of the things I was going to do. I have a washer and dryer. But you think if I needed to get new clientele, where in the heck would they be at? It's folk in a laundromat that might need your services. Get you a shirt that talk about your business. Be on a phone call, do a live, shoot some content. Take your clothes to the laundromat at least once a quarter. Because there's new customers in there. And those new customers know some people that you don't know. And them people know some people that you don't know and you will never come across. But because y'all are relying so much on social media is actually one of the worst places because there are so many distractions for people on social media for them to really pay attention to your content. They're trying to get to the next viral piece of content. They're not going to stay on your content for a long time. Most people don't go and they'll see something and now they want to go to see the rest of the things that are there. And a lot of you guys spend so much time trying to create content instead of trying to promote your business that they start watching your stuff as if it's just content and they miss the fact that you're actually selling something because you're not operating like a business. You're operating like a content creator. You're not using your content to promote your business. You're attracting more crafters than you are potential customers. This is why 98% of craft businesses don't really succeed because they're not thinking like a business. But this is the information that most of them don't want to hear. You want to hear the new stuff of, oh, everybody should sell a digital product. Your digital product should go from selling a file, having an ebook, teaching a class. Everybody's not a teacher. Everybody can't explain things. Everybody can't use equipment to host a class correctly. Everybody can't format things in a way where people are going to understand it. Those who can, it is a great way to make money. But then they also make you seem like it's the easiest thing in the world. A digital product takes just as much energy and effort as the physical products that you sell. You still have to attract the right audience. It takes just as much work. It just doesn't take as much work physically to make it. They're making money because they're doing the work that you're not doing. The people that are selling the digital files as PLR and you can resell and do this, they're spending money on ads. You get the things to go and resell it to people, you spend not one quarter on an ad. But they spent money on an ad to get you to buy that thing, which is why they're making money. They're spending money on email marketing to you and constantly sending you stuff when you're not doing that. And this is why you're not going to make any money. The very thing that they did to get your attention, you go, you buy the thing because they told you can now make money from it, but then you don't go and do those same things. Oh, well, I don't have the money. You can start small. You don't have to be on the level that they are with the amount of admin. Start somewhere. Start local. Print out flyers, print out different things, pass them out locally. Get from behind the computer. Go to events. Your city has, like, we just had the health walk in Miami Gardens. It would have, for people who have businesses, go out there. When you walking around and you doing the yoga and you're doing the stretching, it would, somebody with the business should not have been out there in regular workout clothes. If you don't make shirts, you should have went to somebody who does make shirts, and you should have had them put your business information on your shirt. It should have been on your tights. It should have been on your water bottle. Go to community events. Most communities got a whole bunch of free events where people attend them. Go to them. You ain't got a kid in sports? Who cares? It's a park next to you, and you know on the weekend it's full of people. Take your behind out to that dang on park with your business information, with some physical flyers. Pass it out. Talk to people. People ask you about your business. Well, I do a little bit of everything. You can't even describe your business and what it is that you do, and you're wondering why you're not making any money. You don't even know what you do. You don't know your value. You don't know what you bring to the table. See, I told y'all, people don't like this. Them numbers dropping. I told y'all don't want to hear what's on my mind because y'all gonna think I'm an asshole. Them numbers dropping like crazy now because this ain't what y'all want to hear. See, y'all want me to go back to showing print and cut. Y'all think seeing that is what's going to make you make money. Oh, it's just, I don't know how to work my machine. If I just learn how to work this machine, I'm going to be able to make money. If I learn how to work my printer, I'm going to be able to make money. If I learn how to work Canva, I'm going to be able to make money. That's what y'all think. And that's what the ones who want to just take y'all money, that's what they want y'all to believe. All you got to do is get this template. You ain't got to learn to design. Get this template. Just learn how to edit this template. Just learn how to press this. That's what they want y'all to think, because they're going and they laughing to the bank. And you still struggling. You still struggling. Oh, I wish I could. You want to get in here? Hold on. Damn it. How can I send you the link? Hold on. Let's get you in here. Hold on. Hold on, Stan. Hold on. That my dog right there. All right, I'm gonna post it. Damn it. I don't know. Which one are you on, Stan? Are you on? Look at my logo. Are you on Silaholics Anonymous or are you on Honestly Speaking? Baby, you can't tell them that. Oh, you can't tell them that. Don't tell you go. Ooh, that's cussing them folk out. AI finna, baby, they finna make all the money off the AI. Okay, hold on. This is the only way I know how to do it. So you'll have to try, like, look at it and then copy and paste it. That's the link to join. Thank you. Appreciate it. We got a super sticker. Woo-hoo. Okay, wait. Now I went on a tangent. I'm so sorry. Let me go back. Okay, no. It's the time difference for me when you're live. I'm on the West Coast. I have supported by purchasing classes and looking at your YouTube videos. Don't get me wrong. Like, okay, if you know that you have supported, please don't take it personally, right? You are definitely somebody that comes on, you ask questions, you're engaged when you do catch me live. But it's a great number of people that don't. Like, they just kind of come on and just watch in the background. Sometimes I feel like some people are afraid for their names to pop up on my videos because they don't want people to know that they watch me. I really feel like that sometimes. And that's the thing too, right? That was my next point. So many people want to make this a business, but they don't accept the fact that their life is not conducive to it. It is okay for it to be a side hustle. When I started this, I have said this so many times in that, like that when I started this, it was never for it to be a full-fledged business for me. It was for the extras. It was for vacation money. It was for my kids after school, after high school fund. It was just for the extra stuff. It was so that I could do the things I like to do and not have to spend all of my money, right? Because for it to be a business, it takes so much more than just making the things. And it takes a lot out of you to make the things and to actually promote. Like the parts of business, this stuff in creating it and making it is the easy part. Because don't get me wrong, I by no means am I saying that there is anything wrong with using templates. By no means am I saying that. What I'm saying is the ones who are selling the templates, they are doing the part that you are missing, the part that they are doing to get you to buy the templates. And that is the marketing, the branding, the advertising, the email marketing. That's the component that most of you guys are missing. Templates can be a way of convenience. If you know your audience and you know the right templates to get, you can build a business off of that. You don't even have to have any machine, like any printers in your space. But that also means that you can't do one-offs, right? You have to then do things where you're going to be able to mass produce things, get things in bulk. There go my dog. Hey.
What up? I don't know if I should have it this way. Which way should I turn it? This way?
Well, now there you go.
All right.
Yeah, mine is that way.
I'm not in the shop. It ain't all pretty, you know.
It's okay.
I'm in my little oasis back here out back.
Yo, if y'all don't know who this is.
What up? What up?
Dan, the man. Okay. This is T-shirt. Oh, wait, you actually have six-figure printer on here. Oh, wait. We're not doing T-shirts at the house no more?
Man, I've been going through this dilemma, and it's crazy that you're talking about this, and I happened to jump on tonight because I was at the show. You know, I'll be traveling doing the shows. Somebody's like, only you and they couldn't remember the screen name. They was like Scylla. I'm like, I was like, Scillaholics, because I thought they was gonna say somebody else's name, but then I'm like, it's only two. It's one other person that I know that talk like this, and so I think it's been important to have this conversation. And I've a year, man. I just came up with my next move, and I'm just like, I'm over T-shirt side hustle. It's like I got a very, very valuable asset over there, but I kind of see what it caused, and now I gotta try to fix it.
That's where I'm at, yo. That's where I'm at. I'm in the same
tonight.
I'm in literally like, okay, so at the top of the year, I told them, this is my swan song. This is my last year focusing on like the craft stuff, the craft side, and I gave myself to the end of the year. I got to February, and I was like, no, I'm done. I was like, I'm kind of done. So y'all ain't gonna like this. I said, I'm done with Q&As. I'm done with this. I'm going to save the issues on my mind because now y'all had 10 years of me holding y'all hands of the craft stuff, and I'm like done. So I launched my Creative Business Accelerator program, and I'm like, I don't care if it was 3 people in it. It was like, I mean, it was even then, like people was like, it's not enough. It was $1,000, or they can pay $93.65 a month. And I'm like, I'm kind of done with that. I want to focus on it. And I told them, I'm like, we're not going through any craft stuff. Like, I have Creative Lounge for that, but I'm in the same boat where I'm like, it's time to move on. Like, I feel like I was holding myself back. Like, I didn't see my growth because I'm still trying to stay in this spot. Like, I wanted to, like, my whole mission was providing expert level help to those who are just starting out and beginning, but I have more to offer. So
bro. This shit give me chills because I be sitting behind the scenes talking about this. Now we gonna keep it real. So I've been sitting behind the scenes thinking about everything that you're talking about, and I'm about to launch my six-figure printer club. And just try to what I came up with. I wrote a book. I wrote a how to start your t-shirt business from home ultimate guide. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it, and it was the typical book. It was calling out all of the companies or all of the products you need, giving them reviews of all of the products that they can get. It was all of that real beginner information, right? And to drive the affiliate links and all of that kind of stuff. But it's real information. It's the stuff I wrote in 2017. It's just like a better version. But at the end of the book, I decided to put a 1-year business plan, your first year business plan, in the back of it, right? And I'm like, this different. So I'm laying this plan out of what they should do. And I wrote it. Business plan, real solid. It's your first, it can get you to your first $60,000 in revenue, right? 100 if you just take it and run with it. But it is a solid plan that easily gets you there. And I was just talking to my girl, and I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm trying to hijack people's thinking from the fucking start. I'm putting that joint at the beginning, right? So I'm like, and I'm gonna start the whole book off telling you, fuck all this equipment, go do sales, but here's all the equipment that you about to ask for, right? And I'm working under this premise: is sell them what they want and give them what they need. Sell them what they want, give them what they need. They think they want the heat press, they want the shop, they want the big business, but they don't know in order to get there, that's not what they need. They don't need none of this stuff.
Yeah.
The biggest shops are shutting their doors. Multi-million-dollar print shops. Dudes is like, yo, I'm gonna just broker these jobs. I got $1 million print shop. All of these companies want to bring their prospective clients into them. All of these people want to show my stuff off, but I ain't making no fucking money. He like, I got friends working 9 to 5 with no stress, and I'm just feeding the beast.
Yeah.
So the glory in all of this equipment and stuff, and where we actually need to be going, like I think about what I actually wanted people to start for, and I did that.
Yeah.
And there's some unintended consequences that I started, like the unboxing, the heat presses, and all of that stuff. But I did it with good intentions. And I'm going to tell you what those intentions was. But I realized it's like crack in the 80s. It's like it then started. It took off and did something completely different. And it's unintended, right?
Yep.
So when I started that unboxing, I went from a Amazon press that broke in 30 days. I ordered another one. I didn't care. I was making money. So it was like, oh, shit, let me just drop another $250. I ain't think about how to fix that thing. I ain't think about none of that. But I got this more expensive press. I'm doing all right. I actually got it on payments. So God hit me, said, man, I wish I could do that, but I can't afford that heat press. And I'm like, bro, I just had an Amazon press like last week. Like, what is you talking about? Like, don't make that excuse. So that's where I got rid of that fucking press. Stopped using it. I got rid of it. And I'm like, okay, let me just get some stuff that's a little bit cheaper than this $2,500 heat press.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to show y'all that it don't matter what heat press you got. But with that created, and I, like I said, I created this monster that we live in. And I seen the value then, but I seen what's happened. I'm like, why y'all ain't using it? I come up with little slogans like break the press. Y'all worried about which press gonna break. You ain't gonna do enough work to break it. Break the fucking press, right? So that's where it started for me. And I'm just like, damn, how do I fix? I've been like for a year, like all that stuff that it was writing on the wall that happened to me.
Yeah.
But the conversations I was having behind the scenes, yo, let's stop trying to sell people shit and let's teach them how to build better businesses so that they buy more shit. Like they need to buy more shit.
Yeah. And then like, and I'm like, y'all worried about this stuff. I'm like, cause I throw them in a tizzy when I put my sublimation tumblers in the oven.
In the what? Like, wait, you throw them in a what?
In the tizzy when I put my sublimation tumblers in the oven. I'm old school. I'm out of old soul. They go crazy when they see that. Oh my God. And I'm like, one, y'all need to understand. Y'all stop listening to people. You need to understand the submission process. Two, that's how I was first introduced to it. I've never called what I do crafting because I was never introduced to this on a craft level. So I know for me, it was harder maybe for people to connect with me because I didn't call it craft. I always thought bigger because it was like I'm seeing mugs put in the same ovens where when I started working at American Airlines Arena, and these are like what we call like they're like hot boxes, like what they they put the food in to keep it warm. They're literally making like tumblers and like the ones where you can like, well, actually no, I would say it's more like the ovens that was in the kitchen. I saw them make like heat, not tumblers, mugs in these big things. Also, when I was in high school doing screen print, I saw, the conveyor to, to cure the shirts. There's companies where for their sublimation ones, they're literally putting it through the so I never knew this whole thing of like putting it in a little convection oven or using the little tumbler press. I always saw it on this bigger scale. And that's all most of these crafters see. And it's like they're trying to build in their mind, buy a new one, buy another. I'm gonna get there if I buy another tumbler press, another convection oven. Like, no, eventually, like you have to think bigger. And it's all they think about is like on the craft level. And then they don't think about the business side. My creative business accelerator program, we had it was supposed to be 5 days. So I ended up in the emergency room yesterday. So we end up, I wasn't feeling good. Wednesday, I still got through it. Thursday, we ended up having just a pro call session because I was feeling a little, So I ended up going, my husband was like, well, I told him, I said, I'd rather just go to the VA. And they just wanted to check my heart because, I had a heart attack in 2023. Yeah. So they were like, let's just check you out, just on the safe side. So I stayed overnight and I got out yesterday. But I'm all good, y'all. So we ended up not doing the 5 days, but it was a blessing in disguise because by Wednesday, they were like, do I need to start all over? Because they had never heard, like, no one, like all they hear is the craft stuff. So now when I'm talking to them about what marketing and branding really is, when I'm talking to them that it's more than just an LLC that, is like, is this, and this. When I'm talking to them about mindset and about the perceived value of stuff, and you can't go off of what you think like it should be. It's like, you're not making it for you. You're not the buy. You have to think about how customers buy, like what their psychology is when it comes to buying. If you can't figure out the customer psychology and their buying process, you have no business. And they're like, okay, I might be in over my head, but that's what I wanted. I wanted to strip away all of that bull crap that they've been fed through craft groups and all of these so-called gurus and just feeding them craft stuff and just buy this machine, buy that machine. You need this machine to grow and blah, 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 blah. And get down to what is really going to take to build whether you want a 6-figure, 7-figure business, you got to have the real mindset of what it takes to build this business. Now, and you also start small. Like I told them that. I'm not saying that you got to go do this. Start with a signature product, build from that. Because in that, this is where you're going to learn. You can't learn both at the same time. You can't learn how to build this mega business, learning all of these systems, and you still trying to figure out all of the actual craft stuff. Figure out that one thing, work on the business with that, build out your systems, and now it's going to make it easier as you add things on.
Man, listen, we in the same zone.
Yeah.
Right? We are in the same zone. I came up with this thing last year.
When
I was talking about the 5 levels of the game, right? And on the content side, you'll notice the difference. And I'm gonna say this, it's not just the crafter, right? What I want to do is weed out the people. I only want to talk to the people who want to make money. Like where you came in at or how you are. So it comes in, you got the crafter, like they doing project. They calling them projects, right? You doing a project. I ain't doing no projects. And then you have the maker. So the maker is like a DIYer, but they do it and they got little stores or like little unique products. they doing it for love or like creativity, but they're making things with the intention to sell them too.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have like this next level is kind of like to the clothing brand, and then you got like the side hustle brand like that. You got those two, and then you got professional level, right? And what you find is that as you go up, you focus on making money. It's different. So
Mm-hmm.
if you a crafter, you like if I make $10,000, if like people even just want to buy this, like I'm having fun. I really don't, you know what I mean? Like that's like a 10,000, maybe 20,000. You know what I'm saying? You get to the maker, like that's a DIY. They could be making 20 to like 30,000 in there. I done met some at the people you see at the state fairs. I got his photographer friend. I love his work. Old fat white dude, like super hippie vibes. He got like these little things he makes with his photography, but he sets up consistently all the time at all these events. As you know, we can here and there might do some nice numbers. And then you get into that side hustle, that $50,000 to $100,000 range. But what happens is even at that level, people are like stuck at like $10,000.
Yeah.
Because they're focused on what they can make and not what they can make. Like you're focused on like, oh, I'm gonna make this glitter thing in my bobber from, oh, I'm gonna get this. Like, bro, that's not what people buying. Like, people not buying that. Like, you're buying it. The only person making money is the person selling the stuff.
Yes.
The only person making money is the people selling the stuff. And see, I think back when I'm taking this back to like when I got into the game, it wasn't about affiliate sales. It was about you going to go make some money.
Yeah.
Everything you seen from me was a job. Like I'm printing this job. These are just the tools I'm using. I'm not really worried about that. The affiliate money came when I started that unboxing of that thing. That was like my first time. Heat Press Nation reached out to me early in the process. Was like, yo, we love to work. And I'm like, y'all talking about work with me? I ain't never used y'all shit. What y'all gonna send me something so I can see what it's like? And I felt bad because I like talking to Jared down and being Jared cool. I'm like, I wasn't saying it to be disrespectful, but like, I'm going to get behind it and I ain't see it. I can't believe in it.
Yeah.
And so taking it there is just like, bro, if you want to make $50,000, you got to say that. Like, you can't just shoot off the freaking hit. I made my first six figures printing in 2015. And you know how I know? Because I made that money off of Straight Outta Compton coming out.
Oh.
And I'm running it up. But I already had like a good niche, but that turned me all the way up. It turned me up. I'm printing straight out of everything. Churches, I was the first person to print out of the black colleges. I was just all of them.
I did it for Divine Nine. Like, I mean, I made that money off of just doing the designs alone. And see, for me, it was a lot of people that were doing it, but like the fonts that they had, it was like they were just doing the words. But because like I can manipulate certain things and I was making my joint look just like, I made so much money off that, like doing that little area.
I had because I already had a brand for the black colleges. Like I already had the pipeline. I was in the schools. So it was just like, it was nothing to do $5,000-$10,000 on a weekend at a football game.
Yeah.
You know, like 20,000 at a homecoming, you can run it up. And that lane is still there. I'm just not super passionate about it. My boy does it. I'll come up with some crazy designs every once in a while and send them over there. But I'm not like that passionate about that piece.
Yeah.
And so I said that all to round it back to like, we just gotta hijack people's minds. Like people, and we gotta understand that some people just gonna stay stuck there.
Yeah.
But I got a lady who went through all the stuff with me last year. She went through all the classes. She made $53,000 in 2023. I'm like, that's the side hustle. Like, if you ain't making 50 grand, you just playing around.
Yeah.
Like side hustle money, because you're only gonna get half if you're lucky.
Because that was the other thing I talked about, Mike. Because they when they go and it's like, oh, how can somebody make profits? I'm like, for one, y'all are buying stuff retail. So y'all are basing our price. So y'all get upset, and then it's like they're hurting the industry, whatever, because they're pricing too low.
Bro,
No, I don't buy stuff retail. Y'all are buying stuff way too high, and it's like, or they'll be like, I can't price my stuff, based off of this model because that's because you don't understand business. You're buying it retail. So
that,
I always tell them, I'm like, you can buy stuff retail, you can buy stuff wholesale in bulk, and that's like your Jiffies, your all day shirts. I was like, but then this is where y'all need to take y'all butts to some of these dang old expos and stuff, because when you can go and get it, when you are business and you have your resale certificate and things like that, and you can get it from a real distributor and you're getting it for way less, but you also can't nickel and dime it buying onesies and twosies.
you
But
can
when you're
though.
going and you're buying,
You can.
well, yeah,
But what happens is you're gonna see it don't make sense because the shipping's so damn high. But
yeah,
get an order of $200 is free, or 150 is
yeah,
free. So, but you can. That's where it's like, bro. I've been traveling since 2020. I've been going to
yeah,
shows. Go ahead, ask the question. I've been going to shows since 2012. Like, and it was no party. I posted a picture on Instagram. That joint looked like, bruh, that looked like one of them 70s TV shows in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, bruh, 2020, I'm like, ain't nobody tell me y'all had after parties. Ain't nobody. So I just like,
yeah.
yo,
Yo, when you took us to the
like,
M&R, I'm like, yo, they get down like this.
listen, I'm having a ball at these shows. But again, it was so blocked off from people to see. Now you ain't got
Yeah,
no excuse. Now
yeah,
I done created a culture where it's cool. Like impressions is cool. So we working like I'm really like, yo, we gotta hijack people's mind. The chick I was talking about from 2023, she made 53,000. We went through all of last year, a little consulting, a little bunch of classes or whatever the case is. $156,000 last year in 2024.
that's dope.
Just by doing everything that you talking about. It's like they don't want to hear this. You're not gonna get the views. You're not
Yeah,
gonna get you're not gonna get the attention. Like I could have deals with Jiffy and they all still email me. I just like, bruh, I don't even want, like, because it's literally like feeding our people poison.
yeah, and that's what I said. People, I was like, I used to worry about that. One, I'm like, if it ain't reciprocation, I'm not finna go. Okay, affiliate link don't mean nothing to me. I'm still putting money in your pocket. What you bringing towards to my platform? Are you putting anything on your page that's gonna send people to my classes and third? So if you're not, one is not coming this way. But then I'm like, me just like it becomes this competition amongst people when it comes to all this affiliate stuff, and it's just I feel real bad. Someone like, oh well, I got this because you mentioned this and I'm not even like using it. I'm like, wait, what the heck? Like, I cannot stand that. So I got to a point to where I don't even mention like brand, like I don't mention like it's certain ones to where okay, I have like my brand is kind of like my what I do is built around it. But when people ask me like you can't, if I show my heat press, it's iconic. Like it's one of those things you can tell a Hottronics when you see it. Like you can't really, even if I hide the logo, you know a Hottronics when you see a Hottronics. So it's like certain things though, like I don't feed into that and just like sending people to people's platforms and stuff. I don't do the affiliate. Like I'm watching somebody right now and they're not doing any of this stuff. And just for the like they're so tied up in this whole, oh, you can make money off it, like, and they're trying to teach them you can make money off it. They go buy stuff just to buy it, just to post the affiliate link, and it's ridiculous.
That is the game. And I set up a bunch of affiliate programs, probably like 6 in different companies, right? And throughout that process, what I realized in the last one, which really caused this whole thing to blow up, people want you to buy their subscriptions and promise you the world, but all they want is your money. How do you distinguish besides common sense? You can't, right? And what you'll find is like, even me, I'm not even like selling the lifestyle. I'm like, listen to what I'm saying. This entire time, I'm like, bruh, I don't make money the way y'all think I make money, right? Like, I don't make money the way you guys think. And what I was saying was, it's money in being a content creator for sure, right? If you get to that level, but really, you're giving all the money away.
Yeah.
Because I was $1 million influencer, $1 million affiliates, which means I'm getting 10% of that, right? That's only like a piece of the money that I'm making.
Yeah.
But what I realized is when we do that, we give away our power over time, and it diminishes. It's like cars. It's like, bro, you drive off the lot, they get this boost, this boom, and then it's gonna tail out. And when it tails out for you, you're gonna be like the hottest rapper on the game. You're gonna be like the hottest ones, you know, with a one-hit wonder. But it's not likely for you guys. All of us don't want to be on content and filming, and some people just want to do their business and go home and take care of their family.
Yeah.
And those are the people who are ignored in this space.
Yeah.
Because the big companies ain't welcoming you, and all of this little stuff over here is sitting there, but where's that person really showing you how to build a business? So it's really crazy, man, that this is where we are. And again, I say this wholeheartedly. Like, I looked at what I've done as created, and I've been trying to figure out how to fix it long before now. It's like, literally in arguments with companies, like, bro, why we keep trying to sell them this stuff? Like, it makes sense.
So I'm okay. I want to first answer hers. I'm then gonna come, like you saying, like just trying to sell people stuff, because that's one of the things for me. Like, so when it comes like on the craft side, I don't just try and like in a sense sell them all these different trends and like just sell them anything, because I can make any template in the world. I can go and just sell you some stuff and sell you anything, because every trend that comes, I am a graphic designer. I can design anything, but I'm just not going to sell you some stuff. But here's the thing that I would tell you as far as someone's program. So one of the things is you guys have to learn. The thing that you guys don't want to do is ask questions. When you ask questions, like when you really ask questions, that shows a lot, right? Because if it ain't a part of their script that they've sat there and practiced, and you throw them that curveball, it shows what they don't know. So y'all got to learn to start asking more questions outside of what they're really presenting, right? That's going to be number one. Hey, mama, how you doing? Hey. You got you some pom-poms?
And I got a cheerleader costume.
You got a cheerleader costume? Oh, I was a cheerleader coach. I got to come up there and teach you how to cheer.
I know how to cheer.
Excuse me then. Oh, my bad, girl. My bad. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, get it.
Oh, Papa.
Okay, so
go ahead, baby.
My cheerleader costume is clean.
I know. Go ahead, shut the door.
So one is asking questions, right? So two, if they have a low ticket, like something low ticket. So I'm one where I do have some low ticket, offers or low ticket classes, because you want to really see their teaching style, right? Get into some of these things to see if you like how they teach. Some of these teachers aren't even teaching their stuff. They're the face of it. You get into it, and it's it's other people teaching.
Right? Somebody just learned what they teach you yesterday.
Yes, exactly. Or it's like it's somebody else totally somebody else teaching it. So, before you invest a whole lot of, like, really look at what it is that you're learning. See if you like their teaching style. That's going to be the first thing. Like, don't just jump into the first thing. I mean, I get it. It's like, you want to be able, like, you have goals, you have dreams, and you're wanting that they're talking like a good game. Look and see if they have content that truly supports what it is that they're teaching. The other thing is, has their messaging changed over time? Like, I can say, no matter what, if you can go back and watch the 10 years I have been on YouTube and the 11 years I've been on Facebook, and I've pretty much had the same messaging over, because those who are true to this and like not new to this and true to this, we know that trends and things like that may change, but when it comes to getting to the money and it comes to business, that ish don't change. Like the principles of it. Principle change. Wait, what is it? What I always say? Methods change. Wait, what is it? Hold on. I'm now losing my mind.
I gotta do that all the time.
Yeah, dog. It's hold on. Golly, I can't think of it now.
You're gonna have to tell the summary for us.
No, it's just a quote about
You gotta just tell us the meaning, then the quote comes
so
back.
basically it's like methods kind of like they'll switch out, but like the principles of things, they don't. It's just the method in which you do certain things might, like new technology comes, so the methods will change, but the principles never, like they never change. And so like I'm one where I've kind of like talked on the same thing when it comes to pricing and stuff like that. Like you got some people, they change, like they pivot so much. Whatever is popping, whatever is trending, they are going to switch up so much. Their business model switches up so much. And if you are truly noticing that, those are the people that you kind of want to, if they're just gimmicky, you want to stay away from it. I mean, unless you are that person where you are just chasing quick money. And it's like whatever they're teaching, you're like, I need that just for right now for that quick money. Then yeah, you join that program, you get that quick money, you keep it moving. But if you're looking for something long, like you're looking for principles, systems, and things like that, that's going to be sustainable, then they'll show you that they can't help you with that.
Let me
methods change. Wait, methods change. God, like hold on.
Gotta be principles stay the same.
Methods change, principles. No, it's not that. And I say it all the time. And now I'm having a whole blank. Methods are many, principles are few. Methods change, principles never do. Methods are many, principles are few. Methods change, principles never do. Ugh!
Yeah, I would have never guessed that.
I'm like, God dang it! Why was it? Methods change, principles. Wait, methods are many, principles are few. Methods change, principles never do. There we go.
Let me add this to that. Before you can find yourself a mentor, you gotta know what you want to build. You gotta know what you want to build. And what I mean by that is, before you can figure out who's going to take you to where you want to go, you got to know where you want to go.
Yeah.
So you
got to... wait. Okay, finish your thought. I just said this the other day.
You got to know what type of business you want to build first, right? And the only way to do that is to get up and go look around, right? Get up. Do you like... It's like this lifestyle marketing that people are doing is not really conducive to what you want to do. Bro, if you run a print shop, your ass gonna be stuck here. You know what happened to me last year? I went and traveled for like 2 months to do shows and kind of teach y'all motherfuckers out here, right? And you know what happened? I ain't make no money in the shop. Like a consistent 10,000, 13, like for whatever. It's consistently growing. I went on the road that month with the zero. Not that I didn't make money, but the shop didn't make money. And I want to show you guys the shop.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing this, I'm building it up from scratch last year. You look at it, you got to know what type of lifestyle you want to live and what business is going to support your vision, right? And I know for me, if I didn't teach, I know exactly what my shop would look like.
Yep. That's exactly where I'm at. But I just said this on the live. What day was this? Because I had to be like Wednesday. I was like, it's like a GPS. GPSs are amazing. Hell, now you go Waze, it's gonna tell you about the roadblocks, the police officers, all that stuff. But it can't tell you what dangers are ahead if you don't first put in the destination. It can't give you no directions if you don't first tell it where you want to go. Where are you going? Once you decide where it is that you are going and you put that in, Now you can get the directions to get there.
That's the problem. That is the first problem. Let me just say that. That is the first problem with everything. And as a person who just, I've always been the person that just got up and went with the wind, right? And so like even I knew the ways to make money, but in 2015, when I hit it, when I strike, when one of those things get hot, right? I take that and I apply it somewhere else, and it blows up. What happens is you don't even like, I just made this money, but I really don't like doing this. Like, it was fun, but I want to be over here. And you just got to drag yourself back to where you want to go. You got to figure out what you want the business to look like at the end of the day. And that's the very, very first problem. Once you figure that out, you will then put yourself around the people that you want to be like, right? If I want to have $1 million shop, I got to go hang out with some $1 million shop owners, right? That's the first thing that you're going to do. You're going to put yourself in that area, and then you'll naturally find a person that is going to help you, because the things that they're talking about, the things that they're discussing are going to be issues that you're having. So if you say, hey, such and such is over here, and what I'm doing now, I was like, I never really wanted to brag and boast, but I got people who got $1 million print shops now, right? Who started with me from a long time ago. And now I'm like, you know what? How do I market this if I'm not doing it? And I'm like, bro, I got a track record of people. I'm gonna just let them speak.
You're like me. I say the same thing. And I'm like, I know I could, but I'm like, my situation. See, I have mommy guilt, and I have a son that has epilepsy. It's always my fear that I'm going to go and I'm going to do all these different things and something's going to happen to my kid. Like, I just worry about like these things. So it's like, it's not that I don't have the knowledge. I don't have these. I help other people build these out, and I've helped people technically make more money than I have made in certain things, because they have more freedoms. They have the capacity to be able to do things because they don't have to worry about kids. They don't have to worry about a spouse. They don't have to worry about different things. And they're able to focus on just that, where I'm trying to teach and this, that, and the third. And I can't. Like, I turn down orders of people coming. Because I did so much back in the day, like, people just remember me and they contact me, and I either have to turn things down. My husband says it now. He was like, imagine if you actually marketed, like did actual marketing for HSing 365 prints. I would probably lose my mind, because I'm still focused like on the teacher part. But I'm the same way. Like, I've helped other businesses, even like when it comes to event planners, like the event planning space. I help a young lady, and she went from working with the folk in the ghetto and the scammers and the this, to where now all of her client is top tier. But for me, I had to give that up, because my household, my husband could not stand all of this event stuff. Is here, there. I'm setting up a table here for this one so I can take pictures, and this one, it's stuff all over his house. He walking in, he's stepping over stuff. It just wasn't conducive to my lifestyle at the time, and even wasn't having it. So that was something that I could not fully pursue. It was either my family or this business, but I can give somebody else this information in this game. And she took off with it. And then the information that I gave her, it helped her friend, to where her friend went from doing all this work on tumblers and doing all the epoxy stuff, and now she has the same clientele, and they both out here killing it.
I'm gonna say this, and this is my word of advice to you. I guess something I want you to consider, rather. But I think it's time for a rebrand.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And in the way that you do it is you gotta let the people you help speak for you. And for me, it's almost a start over. Like, really just getting rid of, like, not, I say I'm gonna get rid of t-shirt size, right? But I'm like, they like, oh no, don't shut it, like, don't get rid of it, whatever. I'm like, I don't mean like I'm gonna get rid of it. What I mean is, like, I got a Cameo 5 sitting right here. My boy know I got it. He's like, well, when you go open that Cameo 5, I'll be like, man, some days I say I'm gonna be a YouTuber, but then I'll be like, I ain't gonna be a YouTuber, right? And what happens is, I think you should consider a rebrand. and really take what you're trying to start now and start to create a new image for it. And the
Mhm.
reason I say that is because you have a valuable thing, right? And it is not that you can't keep doing that thing, because people do need it. Like, they need the how-tos on the back of it, right? But you can create something that is bigger as a personal brand. And it's going to take some in this process, right? So right now, I'm working on these things off to the side. I got the six-figure printer club, right? Where I kind of put that's all over here, all in the t-shirt space, right? I got layers to it now. And so what I hope to happen is I start to recoup some revenue so I can hire somebody in the t-shirt side hustle, because it's still a business for us. It's still a
Yeah.
business, right? And that's one of the things that we can stand on, is our business. And
Yep.
now, if you look over here, at the same time, and this is where I'm saying I'm flat out starting from zero. This is my personal brand era. Like, Santa literally put marketing campaigns together that make millions of dollars. Like, I ran a campaign that did $1 million in less than 2 months. So well that a company didn't want to tell me how well it went, because they didn't want to have to pay me more money. I had to make somebody else make them give me the numbers. It's crazy. You would never think about it, right?
Yeah.
But what I have to do now is package that up. And I'm saying, you package that girl up that you've helped with that side of the business. Like, right now, I'm in the process of doing like 3 different things. I got 2 friends that I'm basically putting in a headlock. Like, yo, you too talented. I'm gonna
I
start to
got,
organize this stuff, bro. I told my one boy to write a book. Yo, bro, write a book. Write a book right now. I'm gonna figure the rest out. I'm gonna get you on the road speaking. We about to spin this off into a personal brand. I got another guy who he has a service-based business. I'm like, bro, you gotta rethink how you packaging it. Bro, this shit too complex. Right here, tax guy. I'm like, bro, I don't know what none of this list is. All I know is, Tyrone, you fix my problems. I ain't got time to learn. So he put all this stuff
yeah.
together to teach you, like, this is how you do your taxes. Bro, I said, bro, you need to understand that you dealing with me. So we need to repackage it so that I understand that you my guy. That's all I need to know. If you my guy, and that's what she's looking for, and this is why I'm kind of rounding it up. It's like, all the people need to know, you need to figure out and say, yo, Stan is my guy, right? Or such and such is my guy. I onboarded 2 mentors last month, couple grand each.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I like the way he talk. I can see myself in him. That's the type of stuff that I want to be doing. He's doing it in his lane. But what the best part is, I need to take what he's doing and be able to apply it to what I'm doing. The
Yeah.
problem right now is, when they can't punch that destination on a GPS, you got such and such pulling them this way, such and such pulling them that
Yep.
way. And it's conflicting. And you can't really tell who's got you, because people do need to know how to. But at the same time, that's not what makes you money. And those people don't even know that. I watched the interview from the biggest crafting person in the game. And I like her. She's like, I love what she's doing. I love the acumen behind it. But she said something in the interview, and I'm like, bro, I want to react to this shit so bad. But I do like her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. She might take it the wrong way. And the crafting market is full of fucking drama all the time. I used to be in a little bit of drama, but it was like some serious, like, I say the level of it is like a little crazy. Nah,
Yeah.
that's like the housewives. Like, that's
Yeah.
like I'm in like power, like I'm in like that power type of drama,
Yeah.
reality TV type of drama. And I don't really feel like all of that. But she said she did something, she quit her job, and she had like a great weekend, and she quit her job.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna
This,
stop you there, because I don't like that person. I can't stand that person.
but listen, okay, cool. We ain't got like her. The story is,
I know the story, and it's bullshit. It's bull.
But the moral of the story is, in what she said, there's some truth, because she quit her job and she.
But it's bull. That's the thing that people don't understand.
But
y'all
no.
are going off the part that y'all hear. When
No,
you no.
Let's
Listen, when
wrap it
you
up.
have been around from the beginning of
No.
that, it's bullshit. It's
But listen
bull.
to what
You
but listen to
know
what
you're
I'm
not
about to
gonna get
tell
me
you.
to listen because it's bull.
But you not letting me finish.
Go ahead.
But there's truth in the bull because
Okay.
what is she said, I realized I wasn't making no money. I couldn't
Oh,
afford to
okay.
do
Yeah,
it.
true. Okay, that part, yeah.
So what I'm saying is, in the story, if you really listen, and she pivoted, she does what a entrepreneur or a hustler will do. That is what you must do.
Okay.
But you gotta respect it from a business standpoint.
I do. Okay, now I will say that in some of the thing in that situation, I respect. I understand. I'm gonna say respect. I respect the hustle on the business side, just not how they do it.
Then this is where I'm getting at. So in that piece of it, and it's the same thing. She's selling crack.
Yeah.
And it can get you to a certain point, but it never allows you to surpass the point. Right? The pivot for everybody who is somewhat successful in that type of environment is that they are now a coach. They're now the people who've turned and got on the side of being a coach to it all. And now they're hosting, like, they're becoming a part of that ecosystem. What's happening in all of these realms is the coaches are teaching you to become coaches.
Yeah.
And that is where it's like, well, everybody doesn't want to be in the front. Now, it works because those people don't want to be in the front. She's the face. You become the marketer. It's a great business model.
True.
But again, we just got to understand, and I had to really look at what she was selling, and that is where it becomes conflicting, because the only way that you can now take this stuff and do what she does is if you build your own audience. And it is a fine line in the messaging that
Even just the messaging for me. Okay, I will say for me, I would even have more respect if that person really took accountability for the people that she screwed over to get where she's at, because and acknowledge the fact, like when she's on all these interviews, never acknowledging that you didn't, like, she makes it seem like it was all on her, and you got there off the backs of so many people. You lied, stole, cheated, all this stuff to get there, and that's the part that I don't respect. I mean, how she did it, how she, like, she can command a room. I was like, it's like, dude, like, she's doing a thing, but I
that's
just can't respect how she got there and never taking accountability for how she got there. And regardless of the relationship that you have with people, acknowledging the people that helped you get there. It's so many people that have had bad relationships with people, but they still acknowledge, hey, if it wasn't for the fact of this, and this, I say it, right? Like, people know. Some people know me for sublimation. I've done sublimation before the group that I was in, right? But a lot of people were introduced to me because of a certain group that I was in. So somebody on here, I don't want you to address it, Stan, right? I do not want you to address it. I wasn't going to address it till now, right? So when people go and say, oh, somebody was this all the time, and then they switched up. Well, I was that person, right? I was in a group. Hey, I thought the product was great or whatever. Never had anything. But when things happen, hey, why would I continue to support that brand? I'm not gonna. Well, I'm actually, it did kind of get crap towards the end or whatever, because they didn't acknowledge the fact that their formula had changed. But I was within a very popular sublimation group and with the ink and stuff like that, and it all went to shit. It all went to shit with a sublimation paper brand as well. Now, one of the owners of that sublimation brand, hey, I'm cool with. Like, that's the thing. Like, I had disagreements with with people within that. One of those people, I'm back cool with. We don't laugh, ha ha, kiki. We don't talk on the phone. Everything, we're cool. But that dude who's a narcissist, I wouldn't give a good god dang. And when stuff happened, no one can go and tell me, oh, I was wrong, you was this, oh, you was all about this brand before. Yeah, until this person comes and says, oh, I'm gonna come for your neck. Like, you can't come and talk to me any kind of way, and I'm still supposed to go and support your freaking brand. So, like, I it's like
It's all of this is
you
because
can't come back from certain things.
you got morals.
So it's like hold on. So I've acknowledged, and I've always, and when I go and say it, I've always said, most people know me how when I talk about, honestly speaking, how that brand came to be, I still acknowledge that, yeah, it was a horrible effed up situation. I was in that particular group. I was the face of that group. I helped everybody. Everybody knew me for sublimation. And when that relationship fell apart, I sold my brand sight unseen. I helped so many people with sublimation. I came on live. No one had ever seen this paper, touched this paper other than me. I demonstrated this paper on live, and the sales went freaking bananas. Sight unseen, because I put that much value out in a group where they said it was just me, da 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 da. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I acknowledge, like, it was a bad situation. But people's success stories, they will still acknowledge even the bad and say, you know, if it wasn't for, I would say, if it wasn't for that situation and that going bad, honestly speaking, wouldn't be here. I was like, okay, I'm not about to now go back to ASUB. Like, I have experienced better. I know this. So now I did more research or whatever. I'm not going back to this Asian brand. I was supporting all African-American brands. I'm not going back to this. I end up creating my own. So I acknowledge both the ink company and the paper company. And I'm like, there would be no honesty speaking unless I was put in this situation and it happened. She can do the same thing, but she sits there and act like she did everything herself. And to me, that's some bullshit.
And what happens is it's because you got morals, principles, and values, and
Yeah.
and everything you're saying is true. You're literally describing how I feel about Supercolor, but at the same time, it's like, nah, fuck you. At the end, like flat out, like I got a ton
See,
of.
you don't even say the name. See, you're better than me because I refuse to utter the name.
Well, it's also different. Like I had to deal with this in a lot of different ways, and sometimes you say names, sometimes you don't. But whatever the case is, the it's because you got morals, principles, and values, and at the end of the day, you can't put your morals, principles, and values over on somebody else, right? And so
True.
that's
True.
that is the piece of all of this that is like, bro, where I come from, like you, like literally this is a conversation after all this stuff going to happen, blah blah blah. We sit down at a dinner. I ain't really want to go to my boy like, God, come on. It's like we come from two different worlds. Like, yo, you said that and I wanted to kill you. But you saying you wanted to kill me is like your feelings were hurt, you mad. And I'm saying, no, brother, I wanted to kill you like I wanted to come to your house and kill you. We not speaking the same exact thing. Like you don't know and it's kind of tough. And even if we did come from the same environment, our understandings or like our upbringings is different. And when you got more personal values, you can understand it's like, yo, you have done a lot for me, but I still don't like at this point is we ain't like that no more. We can't be like that, right? And I don't know if we ever can be like that again. But so at this moment, how I'm feeling is F you. But again, I do acknowledge all of the things that has happened and transpired that was good times or whatever. But a lot of people can't do that, right? And a lot of people are living this lifestyle marketing entire environment off the backs of like, that's where the morals for our morals are different.
Yeah.
So our principles don't allow us to do certain things. Our morals tell us it's wrong.
Yeah.
And we value something different. Like, I'm not about to sit here and like try to go get it. Like I got a pair, my boy actually made me get them. Some designer sneakers, right? It's like some bull. But I wear them joints every day. Like every day, all day. These are my work shoes. We go to work. I travel in them. These is my work shoes. I'm gonna get my money out of them. And then it's crazy because my boy going, this mug bought like a $14,000 monkey and like a don't even. So I'm like, he's like, oh, he got a bunch of other YouTubers. I'm like the second biggest YouTuber in the space, maybe, and one of us like kind of close, whatever. But it's like, all right, he like, y'all all gonna come and go spend no money. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna buy some sneakers today. And my other boy wanted to buy some. he won $1,000 and like, yo, just go buy yourself something nice. And I was like, it wasn't until I bought them shoes that I understood the value of buying yourself something nice. Because I never ever like, bro, I'm cool with what I got, right? And
Yeah.
I wear them $1,000 shoes and these sweatpants for a week straight. Like literally, like literally a week straight. And the craziest thing is it's a high almost. Like it makes you want to go and do more and get more. Right.
Yeah.
And for some of us, like getting our family stuff, making sure our family straight or whatever the case is, but understanding that they living it they value it at a different level
Yeah.
than
True.
than what we do, right? It's like I'm cool. My family straight, I'm cool. I don't need to really I
Yeah.
I don't really and
Yeah. Like for me, I'm spending money on like, the amount of money that I spent to take my son to Monster Jam and put it, to go to pay for the pit party and all that. I'm like, damn, to go to Monster Jam, like that pit
but
party, like you have to pay for the ticket, the
like
good seats, whatever. Like, cause he has an aversion to sound, so I need to make sure that I'm like, in an area where it's not gonna be too loud for him. So making sure that I can pay for those types of seats, for him, where it's like, we ain't in a nosebleed, can't be down too low. Like those things. Like I like, I rather put money into stuff like that because all that other stuff. But trust me, I get it though, because to pay for, look, I was just telling my creative business, I'm like, what do y'all consider to be outsourcing? So of course, everybody, when they come to business, to them, outsourcing is, oh, I want to outsource prints and stuff like that. And I'm like, as a business owner, one of the best things you can outsource is some of the things that you do in your daily life. Because if you get somebody else to handle that, then you can handle business. Man, being able to outsource house chores, laundry, eating, having the group, went from washing my dogs myself, a groomer comes to the freaking house. When it comes to my husband, them, the barber comes to the freaking house. I'm like, it's outsourcing stuff like that makes your life. You ain't got to drive to go get nothing. It literally comes to you. And to me, that's that type of high where it's like, oh, I need to make sure I can continue to pay for this because this right here is the life. Damn, all that buying stuff. I like paying for convenience and time.
that's the name of the game, right? And so the name of the game is buying back your time
Yeah.
in all
Yep.
aspects. So it's
Yeah.
like at my best, I was getting paid to think.
Yeah.
Literally at my best, for me, not for everybody, but for me, I'm getting paid to think. And I'm getting paid to think about creating marketing and, and doing some of these other things, right? But for me, some people just take a job. Oh, I work in marketing over here. For me, I got to believe in what I'm marketing. You know what I mean? I got to believe in it. And that's where I'm saying that's where I'm ultimately going to end up is rebranding. I'm starting from scratch. It's okay. Like
Yeah.
we started a phlebotomy school. I'm on the 6-figure printer is the start. But I'm just like the 6-figure living. Like how as an entrepreneur, we trying to be living off of 6 figures. And it's so many realms that like that's my personal brand spinoff. Is like it don't even matter what business you in. I got you. Because I done helped the tax guy package himself up. I done turned this dude into a speaker. I done took my girl and started a phlebotomy school. Like, and this is what I've been living, period. This ain't just this moment. This is not just, this is what I've been doing. So
Yeah.
when I went inside of like the companies and I'm doing this stuff, I just was doing it with people around me. I was already
Yeah.
doing it. But now I got access to, oh, I can really, like we got some capital over here. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like we was making it work with nothing.
Yeah. And that's kind of what that's exactly what. So some people are like, oh well, you're not selling this like for enough. And then as I'm putting together like how my framework is, right? Yeah, I have creative on it, like creative business accelerator, but creative business can be, so I don't really make it where it's about like craft. One, I never use like the whole craft stuff, and it's like creative, but that can be anyone. Like when it comes to somebody, if they are a hairdresser, like anybody in the creative space, but eventually I want it to be where it's a framework literally for any business. The way that I'm building out, no matter what business you have, like I'm using this as my, like I did the pilot program. This is now the accelerator to where this is actually what I'm building my book off of. This, and then I'm taking what I'm teaching. And so my next project, I have what's called Zip Learning. So my son, because he was growth restricted, he has epilepsy. He was struggling to retain certain things. Like when he was home with me before he went to like daycare, I'm doing certain things, I'm teaching to him. And then when he started having the seizures, he started to regress, and he started like losing like a lot of the stuff that I was like teaching or whatever. And then once you get into the school systems here in Florida, the school system is just, well, I know it's all over, but I mean, I live in Florida, so I always say the school system in Florida is just horrible. And so I got fed up. And it's like, no matter, it was like relying on the school. I'm like, I'm still in the, I'm a business owner, and I wasn't able to do so much. I'm like, okay, well now he's in school. That should, be the supplement to like what I'm doing. And it just was not helping. So I created this program for him learning to write, identify his numbers, all that. He went through kindergarten, not knowing it. He went through the first 9 weeks, or part of the first 9 weeks. I said, no more. I literally created this framework. And so now there's Zip Learning. So this like, that's another reason why I'm kind of pulling, because I told them I dropped, honestly speaking, like to the general public. Well, it's not yet. Like right now, we're doing closeout. We're trying to get rid of like 75% of the inventory, so I don't have to necessarily like get rid of it and write it off. I rather they be able to like, buy it versus me having to destroy it. Because if I write it off, I have to destroy it. So I'd rather them be able to like get the stuff or whatever, to take it down to, get rid of 75% of it. And it's just those who know the brand, because people love it. And they're like, no, this is the only brand that I use, but I don't want to have to spend money to acquire new cut, like for client acquisition, like, and do all that stuff and keep marketing, have to keep doing stuff. I tried to, like you said, get other people to sell it for me. Like I tried to get influencers, and I'm like, brand ambassadors. They just did it. Like I'm like, they don't want to be content creators. Like the people who are buying my stuff are not, I guess they're not content creators to where they wanted to be brand ambassadors and create content. So I was like, whatever, I'll get, because I want to really move on. Like I have the ability to build a 6, 7, 8 figure business. And like, I know the Zip Learning in the education space, if that's what that's going to do. So I'm working on that. And when you said personal brand, that was just confirmation for me, because I was just telling Javaya, I'm like, I got all these freaking Instagrams. I'm not really on it. And I was like, okay, if I do Instagram, it'll be personal brand, to where I literally create that Instagram that's Shakeya the Professor, where I'm building out that versus it being attached to, honestly speaking, Sillaholics Anonymous or anything like that. So that was just confirmation for me when you said that. I was like, okay, yep, I guess now I got to go ahead and just build the stuff around the personal brand for Shakeya the Professor. So especially when I get all of the people here that's in the accelerator and I get them to that level, it's like, yo, Shakeya the Professor helped me get to this. So I'm like, all right, there we go. Because I live in confirmation.
That's what I was working on last year, right? And I was like, and again, it's a shame that because they gotta pay to pay attention. It's like I gotta charge you for you.
Yeah.
I did last year. I did pay what you want. All the classes, all the classes you can come pay what you want. And a couple people come up, they show up, but they really value the information.
Yeah.
Because the same information is on my YouTube channel for free. Some people that took that and made $1 million. So now, once you figure out what you want to build, and then once you find a person that can help you build it, and the shameful part is you gotta pay.
Yeah.
You have to invest into yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Because what you don't pay for in speed, you pay for in time. And you done already spent time. And you already done spent all this time.
Exactly.
So now, if you want to really build something, you got to pay for it with cash. You got to spend your hard-earned money, because then you'll value it. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really sucks. And Now, as I invest into my education, I become okay with it
Yeah.
because I know it's for your benefit.
Yep.
You come, you buy into her program, you buy into my program, you buy into the program. If you believe that we're the person that can get you to where you want to go, then you should do it.
Yeah.
Because I got the bare minimum, you're gonna make your money back. Like,
Yeah. That's what.
for me as a hustler, it's like I never cared about spending some money if I knew I was gonna get my money
Make the
back.
money back.
Right? Like
Exactly.
them shoes, I know I'm gonna get my money. I done got my money's worth out of them joints. But
Exactly.
I don't know if I'm gonna get my money back. And what they understand is they lifestyle marketers. So if I spend this money, I'm gonna show it off, and I'm gonna get another dummy to think that they can come in and get it with what I'm teaching when they gotta be me to get what I'm getting because nobody else around me is getting it.
Yeah.
One
Yep.
thing I can say about when I had the ball is it was raining everywhere. I mean, raining money. It was raining transfers. It was raining whatever I could get. Heat presses. It's dry right now. I don't know who got the ball, but you wanted the ball. It's open. It's right there.
Yeah.
Somebody can grab it, but nobody grabbed it. Heavy is the head, the world's the crown. But you know what happened is it made the circle a lot smaller, and it made it a lot peacefuler too.
Yeah.
Something about that is something about only calling like 3 or 4 people, right? It's something about the people that you're talking to and what they doing and where it takes you in your mental, right? You don't really understand. It's not like, they say you the sum of the 5 people around you. Yeah, until you start to experience it. Like if I never was around the super colors and I
Mm-hmm.
was able to see how all of it, how they looked at it and how they got beefs and they sitting together having dinner. Oh, this is like we can't sit down with our enemy and where I'm from. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but they got all these soldiers down here beefing and they at dinner.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, bro, like, bro, nah, this ain't. And oh, you just want to do everything he doing. All right, like, okay, I go to a new company. All right, cool. Here, let me go put somebody else on. Let me go get you. You gonna have your own crew of people. Nah, we just want to go over here and get them. Well, why you can't? No, we just want to go do what they doing. And it's just like, that's not conducive. It's not conducive. And so what happens is if you go down that road, you gotta break the threshold. You can break it, but if you look at the number of people that break it, it's a lot of people that when I dropped when the ball was taken out of my hands, and it was somebody, it's a lot of people that fell by the wayside. I ain't seen them. A lot of
Yeah.
small content creators that just ain't even in the space no more.
This is
And
true.
sadly, they didn't know that I was just holding them up. I'm like, come on, come take a look. Oh, you're not invited no more, huh? It's crazy. It's crazy. I invite myself to the parties. I crash parties around this month. And anybody who around me, they crashing it with me. And if it ain't a party, we gonna throw our own party. That's how I looked at it. But again, you ain't even invited.
Are you because I know at one point you said, that was your last round of impressions. Are you doing Atlantic City next week?
I will be in Atlantic City.
You will be.
I'm gonna go talk on Ink Kitchen.
I'm gonna say Inca, yeah.
I'm gonna go talk on Friday on Ink Kitchen. I was about to come off the road, and then I came in touch with some people who I think really want to change. Like,
Mm-hmm.
usually I know when I talk to a company, like exactly where they are. And I was like, I'm over that. But this last conversation is a place that I think what we talking about today can take place.
Yeah.
Right? It's a place where I think we can hijack people's learning and refocus this industry on the business. And I think
Yeah.
it's a great place to do that because they newly got acquired and into this space.
Mm.
And it's not like an old company because you usually like I'm holding on. So I've been basically by next week I know what's up. right?
Okay.
Because it's not really about the money. Like I've really traveled on my own dime the last, like, up until last year, and like all the impressions, I really traveled on my own dime. I really came to see people on my own dime. I was
Yeah.
not making money at the shows. I was making money around it. But even now, I'm like, if I had to make a business decision, I'm making money in the shop. I'm making a little bit of money over here, but it don't make sense for me to spend this expense, right?
Yeah.
Like people should only go to the show near them. You shouldn't be traveling unless you get to a certain level in your business. It does make sense. You should come see Long Beach one time, maybe in 5 years. But
Yeah.
even those big vendors are like, yo, this is just a hangout for my customers. It's not like this is the sentiment from the people at the shows. But I
Yeah, I
think,
do. I do want to try. I do want to do. Long Beach is always a stretch because that's that's around my husband's birthday,
yeah, if I
and
mean
I'm like, it was
about
one year when it would have worked out perfectly because the kids actually had a long weekend that year. And I'm like, damn, that would have been perfect to like take them. But then I'm like, I would have had to, my mom was like, well, she would want to go to the expo. Like, I wanted even to be able to go. Kids can't, you can't take them. They got to be 16. I'm like, what the heck am I gonna do with these dang on kids? So I was like, okay, can't really take them, whatever. But I do want to do the Long Beach one.
you got to
Uh,
do it once, and it's
yeah,
getting shrinking. You got to do it once. I mean, I think everybody should experience it once because none of the smaller shows or none of the regional shows are quite like that one.
yeah,
In size and different companies, so you're going to get a lot more, but you get more benefit to the ones in your area. Some companies will travel in, but you might find some diamonds in the rough in
yeah.
your
I'm
in your
glad Printing
market.
United is in Orlando. I will definitely be
Yeah,
there in
I'm
October
coming.
because that's
I,
in Orlando.
I think I'll be there too.
Because
Because
that one, that's my lane because that one is like the print machines for like banners and that's like where impressions is more on the apparel side where that has the printers like the type of printers that I like and the UV printers and the CNC routers and like that type of stuff and banner print like you eco solvent printers and stuff and I know they have they said that because when Javai and them went to Impressions for Long Beach. Mamaki and all of them were there for that type of stuff at the one in Long Beach, but they are not at like Atlantic City. That was like all apparel. But I'm
so
like, Printing United,
they,
I like that for all that. Eco solvent, and latex printers is my jam.
yeah, I'm a check, but they just came to Texas with GPX. They
Mm,
in this learning, so we created a learning center called GPX University. And it's like a hands-on try before you buy type of deal. Like, but it's manned by people not there to like. In fact, they are not allowed to sell out of the booth. If you show interest, they can send you to the other booth. But
mm.
and it's ran by people like me, or a specific tech, not a salesperson. Very,
Ah,
very, very, very explicit, that it's not an environment for selling. Like ain't no price tags on machines or whatever the case is. We're there to answer questions and to get you printing in whatever new decoration method you want to experience. So I'm
yeah,
there printing. I got one of the shirts on now from last year. I'm there, I'm printing with people, and they asking questions about screen printing. And I don't really got I ain't getting no commission on the sale if you go buy the machine, but whatever the case is. So we created that environment. And then what I'm also doing, but Mamaki was in there with their printer. They had this big ass printer. I didn't know it was only $12,000. They actually remodeled. So usually when you see those 64-inch printers, they're like $40,000 and $50,000. They got one that's like 12 and 13.
yeah. Because Javaya just got one.
Yeah, so that's what I seen it at the show, but you wouldn't even know. I didn't even know. I had to ask the price, and I'm like, I knew you was about to say 30, 40 grand because it's in this environment, there is no stickers. So it's
Yeah,
no like pricing and none of that stuff. It is kind of whatever. So we created that, but they were there, and I believe they're gonna be at the companies are really liking this, what we created. It does
yeah,
create sales, but it is also an education space that people normally don't get at the show.
yeah,
walk by a booth and you just walk by a booth if they running the printer or whatever the case is. We literally stand there all day. Like
Educating.
last year, I had to like, bro, I gotta take a bathroom break. Like y'all not about to like have me like this. Got some scheduled breaks in there, but a lot of companies are liking the environment that we have
Yeah.
created with this. And it's been great. We gonna be in the Meadowlands, New Jersey. And we got like 4 shows, whatever the case is. So I'm feeling that opportunity because we got to do something a little bit different in the space. And so something else that may come up is we gonna be working on the education series. And like me, I spoke at the beginning of one of the days, and I basically my class was called Beyond Six Figures. It was like, all right, let me do a level 2 class to level 1, and like, yo, this is what y'all need to be working on. And I did that. It had a nice little turnout for the first one, but it might be an opportunity where you get to put yourself. And I'm trying to, if everything goes in the right direction, like we be cycling through and getting some magazine articles about stuff that matters. Like that
Yeah.
to me, the main portion of makes me interested still is because it's something that matters, right? And it matters to the mission that I'm on today, right now, right? Yo, y'all need to stop worrying about unboxing this, unboxing that. What's the best this versus that? Like I get asked those questions in the booth. I'm like, bro, what's the job? Because if you can't tell me the job, I can't tell you which one's better. Because all I'm worried about is what's better at the moment to get this job out the door and for me to profit in my pocket and move on about my business. And so a lot of people are not making the right decisions because they've seen this unboxing culture and we've been taught is this or that. Is it screen print or DTF? Is it sublimation or DTF? Is it DTG or DTF? Or should I like all of this kind of stuff has um created something that I mean we got to actively combat. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to see better, they got to treat people better because now all of that people back to work, all of that money done dried up, and
Yeah.
it's all by the wayside. But the companies who've been great with education, who have been like doing some of those things, are make like truly original companies are making it through the time with no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited about that, but I definitely got you on my list of people
Thank you.
if things work out because my plan is to take people to like 2 shows a year and like
Yeah.
really mix it up so you get one close to home and then you get one far away. You can kind of pick, but
Yeah.
cycle through the people telling our message right now. Right?
Yeah.
Let's put
That, yeah, I'm with that. Like, I mean, I'm over the, I used to feel that way because MJ wants to travel more because like MJ is in the 8th grade. MJ has never missed a day of school, right? And because of that, like when my mom and them used to go like on trips and stuff, they would leave on like odd days, like whether it was like either Thursday or Friday, but they won't come back until like a Monday. And I'm like, my kid not finna miss school, like just for that or whatever. So he's missed it. But I've made up for it in trying, like when they do have breaks, taking them like, on trips and stuff like that, so I don't feel so bad. Like if I have to travel now, um, and I also have gotten to a point to where I don't feel weird, if I have to have a nanny to take my kids to school, like, feel like, it's like, well, dang, I'm like, dude, it's a convenience. My husband works. So if I had to go and do something, my mom, I don't have the grandmas that can just come pick kids up. My mom works. My husband's mom, like they don't drive and do all that stuff. So if I had to have a nanny to be able to get my kid to school, like I used to feel some type of way about that. Now I don't. I'm like, it's no different than outsourcing, like any other help. So I'm like, yeah. So now I don't care to where I will travel now because I have a different mindset about outsourcing help and what that, like I can't grow if I don't. And so if I can't do it, my husband can't do it, like I knowing that it's okay. It doesn't make me a bad mom. It's not this, oh my gosh, you can't take care of your kids. Yeah, I can, but this is the time where I can't be in 2 places at once. I'm not a clone. So who does that? A freaking nanny.
Yeah, man, it's a mindset shift, and some people here may not have gone through it yet. They may not have experienced it yet, but it goes. It's the same thing I'm talking about with the shoes. It's the same. It's the
Yeah.
principle. The principle is still the same if you open up your eyes and you look at it
Yeah.
that way. We gotta be working on our businesses. If we got businesses, we need to be working more on it.
On it than in it.
In it, 1000%. These are things that need to change. Um, and if you're sitting through this conversation, you're in the right space, right? Like sometimes it may not make sense to you now, but I can always recall back to something that happened, and it brings it to a time now where it's like, I'm now utilizing something that I saw a long time ago. So if you're not in this mind frame, you should be trying to figure out how to get here or what you should be doing to get wherever it is that you want to go. And you're going to recall some of these things that we're talking
Yeah.
about. And it's going to be like, aha, eureka, right?
Yeah.
The confirmation that you need. And it happens because you always got to approach life like, I can learn something from you and you can learn something from me. It don't matter how much money a person has or not. It just matters what their skill set is. So if you're looking for a mentor, if you acquire or you desire a skill, go find somebody who demonstrates that skill and say, how are you doing that? Right?
Yeah.
For me, I wanted to learn email marketing, but I actually paid for somebody who worked for me last year to go through it. I kind of went through it with her, but I didn't really understand it because it wasn't speaking my language. But I found a guy who speaks my language, so he my guy. And I want to learn email marketing and whatever, and his concepts and how he does it. And then I need to take that information and implement. So
Yeah.
forget the actual like t-shirt business, right? In theory, you got to learn that, but there are skills that you need to assess.
Yep.
And I'm gonna leave you with this before I go. In my talk Beyond Six Figures, I have a diagram that says this is the journey of order, right? You do some marketing, you get the sale, it goes into production. You do artwork, it goes into production. It's done, you deliver it to a customer, right? It's like five, like in theory, like them small 5 steps. But the difference between a home-based business and the biggest, not even the biggest, the people doing the most revenue is how deep they go. Like there's a business plan inside of the marketing department. There's a
Business plan
whole
inside. Yep.
inside of sales. There's a deeper structure inside of production. There's so many moving parts, and this is how companies get very, very large. And when you're doing it by yourself,
Oh my God.
you
This is a yo
million different jobs, right? And the reason why you can't make more money is because you have not yet realized that you can't do all of these jobs and you can't do them all at its own. It's the same thing of having 5 or different 7, 8 different hustles. You can't.
Yo, Stan, we got yo.
I
am calling you tomorrow. Like straight up. I am calling you.
I'm done. I'm man, like
yo, we have to bring these two at some point. They got to have a crossover where either you come to yo. When I got to show you my framework, dude. And so for me, everything is branding. Like that was the one thing. Like I told them, I'm like, if y'all look at this, what do y'all know? Like
a framework party because I got one too.
Yo,
that personal
the framework is bananas for this accelerator program, and it's just like it's that right to where everything is broken down to where like it's a system for this, it's a system for this, it's a system. Like so, I'm literally every time I'm like, it's not just like talking about one thing. So like when we talked, we broke it. Like the first day was like mindset, but they came in there, and you know how people think. Oh, mindset is okay. You just got to get your mind right. You got to think positive. Hells no. It was like, because, for me, everything is branding. It was 365. So everything I do, there's 3 cores, 6 essentials, 5 mistakes, literally for every single thing, right? So there was the mindset piece, and then in that there was also the value piece. But that was the value for the customer standpoint. Then there's the value for them. Then I break it down into like, yo, we got to talk tomorrow, man.
It is crazy because the branding, the personal brand is like a part of my framework. It's like this.
Yo, we gotta talk
So
tomorrow,
it's
bro.
like, yeah, now we definitely gotta have these conversations. And I be trying to have like I got my two guys on the phone. We just be rapping a little bit about like just different things. I'm gonna try to do some entrepreneurial, just like maybe like Google Hangout meetups. That's not
Mm-hmm.
specifically to the t-shirt industry, but when you get in business, it's all of this packaging and all the stuff that we working on
Yeah,
that all need to be that we need to have conversations about, and so that we can see what different you can get around people with different strengths. Basically, that's
yeah,
that's pretty much it. And so we gonna have to do that
yeah.
when it's
Hold on,
back.
let me tell her. So we're not talking about New York, but Impressions has a show. It's the twin. It's next week. Is it next week?
Is it dry? Say that
It's
again.
next, so
No,
Impressions, no, 2 weeks. Is in 2 weeks or next week? So Impressions has a show. I think it's next week. In Atlantic City. So Impressions does Atlantic City. It
that,
does Texas in October, and
yeah.
it starts it off technically in Long Beach, California, in January. So you have Long Beach in January. You have Atlantic City in March, and then the last one is in October in Texas. So if you're asking, was it in New York because you're close to that area and you want to go to it, um, it's you have to go to the site, go to Impressions Expo, like just Google it, it'll come up. And it's in Atlantic City. I think it's next weekend or week after that. One of those. But just go look it up if you're close to that area. And you get to see like a bunch of DTF printers, screen printing, stalls is really big there. You get to see like actual like from the manufacturers and like major not manufacturers, major, well, it is some, but major distributors of apparel and stuff like that. So it's really cool, like if you can go to any of these. But there's a lot of like different expos when it comes to different stuff like this, like when you go on that circuit. But Impressions is the one that we're talking about, but they have Atlantic City this month. All right. What happened? Um,
There you go.
but
My phone died.
oh, okay.
My YouTube phone died. But
Oh,
I wanted to add, so I will with GPX, I will be at the Meadowlands, New Jersey. I will be at Indianapolis. We just did Texas. We'll be back at Long Beach in I think that's around October, November. And then the last one is in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I will be at four. You can go to Graphics Pro Expo, graphics pro expo.com, and you can pull them up as well. Those are five shows. They're well outside of Long Beach, the rest of them are pretty much the same size if you look at them. And so you can pretty much go to any of them. Just find one that's close to you. 4 hours, man. If there's a show within 4 hours of you, make a day trip out of it. Maybe spend a night, invest into yourself. Go visit a show. And if you do pull up on me, let me know. And yeah, tell me that you was here. And yeah, I look out for y'all.
I
Make
might
sure you
try and
get
do
good
North Carolina.
space. But you're gonna have a ball then. Well, you come, you're gonna teach. So you come into a show, I'm gonna set a
I'm
class
gonna
up
try
for
and do
you.
North Carolina.
Well, let me
North Carolina or Jersey?
after next week, let me hit me up after next week. Let me see where things are going. But if you're gonna come to a show, you gonna get to do a you gonna speak if I got anything to do with it. So you better get your business class, get your title together. You know what I'm saying? Um and like I got a AI talk, but it's like how print shop should be using AI. And it's basically like, bro, write an email sequence. Like, stop trying to do artwork. like,
Oh, yo, Dan. I mean, not Dan. Damn it, Stan. Yo, I am definitely. This is a part of it too. Like, I'm like, yo, forget all this AI for this artwork stuff.
bro.
Like, your email sequence, your responses, like for everything. I'm like, even if you gonna initiate stuff in your DMs, like how to do that. It was so funny because I literally just took a screenshot I'm like the major companies, even your copy for like your social media. I'm looking at a freaking ad for the honey pot. Man, that ain't nothing but Chat GPT. Like, David, they put their stuff in there. I'm like, we have a day for Chat GPT where like we actually have a couple days built in where I'm like showing them one how to train it like for your voice and like how to prime it, all that stuff, how to basically feed all this information so it knows you, and then like how to go in there and use it, like how to talk to it where it's literally going to be like you talking. It's just you ain't got to really think too much. You just got to feed it a little bit and it'll give you a whole lot back. But you ain't got
Man,
AI is so much more than just the artwork. That's all they think about when it comes to AI is artwork. So I'm like literally teaching them how to use it on the other side of it. Like, dude, like
man,
it's
I
so
done
much
taught my
more than the
girl how to
color.
use chat. I done taught her how to use it. She be amazed. So I used to write like in 2020, I would get up, I would get me some sativa. I'm in LA, and I would get up and I would think out these marketing plans. And I used to wake her up because I ain't had nobody to really talk to about it. I'm just like up, and I'm like, you gonna hear this and let me know what you think. So I used to construct these campaigns that I've been talking about, like these multi-million dollar like marketing plans, and it was in my head. So now I'm able to just take what's in my head, give it to Chat GPT, and
Boom.
it's going to make it, it's gonna write everything I never knew how to write. Right? I never knew how to articulate what I was doing on paper. Like I couldn't write an email or like, but I could think it up, talk about it, and make it happen in like real time. And people from behind the scenes know I really orchestrated what we see of the industry from the inside out, right? Literally the entire thing, the way it's all going, right? And you wouldn't understand it unless you were there. But being able to take that and now have it formulated on paper, man, y'all worried about art, y'all worried about automations, how
I
you can
said
get
the
it to
same
do
thing. I'm
something.
like, yo, and when chat added to where you can do the voice feature, I ain't
Oh
even
yeah.
like, it was one thing where, okay, yeah, like I would go, it don't even matter. Like the one thing I love when I would just like, I'd be going at it and I'm just typing and I don't even care how, even when I had like the misspelled words, it's still gonna pick up on it and it's gonna know what the hell I'm saying. But now when I can hit the little voice thing and I can just talk and I'm like, okay, well, and it just, what?
I got a podcast I did in the shower the other day. I was like, I was going to do a just like a uncut, like me talking out, like giving myself a sermon during there on like whatever I was thinking about at the time. And I'm like, yo, I should turn this into a legit podcast. You like, I should legit like, because I be having these random thoughts, but it'd be like, bro, if I just had a diary of this stuff, and I do got some stuff, but if it was like, bro, y'all got to understand the stuff that what we thinking about when it come to being like hands on is not what you need to be thinking about. If you want to, if your desire is to make money, you need to change how you think it, and you do not need to be in front of the camera to do it. You can do it from behind the scenes. You can put a brand behind it. You can create. You got to understand that like what you guys see of like some companies, and again, I'm gonna take super company because this is my biggest one that you will understand, is that I had to, it came a point where I said, yo, it's nothing else I can do with no money. We gotta go. We gotta. Okay, cool. We need to put a person in front of business at this point. Like, there's certain levels you can get to before you got to do something. And it's like, okay, I need to orchestrate this voice for this company. So we gonna do it with all the employees. We gonna do these little, like, really orchestrating what you want this to look like. If you want to build Coca-Cola, you gotta go and figure out what Coca-Cola stands for and who is certain. Like you got to go do some of these core business principle things, and you can take that shit as far as you want to go. And the only difference is how detailed you are at every level is going to dictate how big you can grow it. Right. And the only department that truly matters once you got your logo and your basic branding is freaking sales, because sales is going to drive the whole entire thing. Basically, what you want to try to do is break the company. Don't worry about getting too much work. Go get too much work because you're gonna break it, It's going to be growing pains. You're going to disappoint some people, but it's going to ultimately make you better. It's going to make you better prepared. It's going to change the entire thing. And the last thing I'm going to say, and I am truly out, is once you break the business, you are allowing yourself to grow. And you want the mentor that is not going to let you fail while you break the business. They going to tell you you should be trying to break this entire fucking thing. You know what happened with Supercolor? I broke it 3 times. I broke it 3 times. And I said that because when I came in the door, they said they were at 90% capacity. And I'm like, well, what am I here for? He like, no, we can grow 90% more. We only doing 10% of what we need to be doing. Oh, okay. That's a good problem to have. I know what I'm doing. I like the product. I believe in it. I see it. Okay, cool. I then go and break it. They couldn't take the orders. That joint got back to, at one point, it was like 2 week turnaround time. It was from next day to 2 weeks. And I'm in there arguing like, bro, I know y'all don't think these people are running businesses or they not big enough, but you know what? They are running. They just spent I argue that they're more important than the big guys because they just spent their last $200 trying to get this order done.
Yep.
They just spent their last $100. Better yet, the customer done paid them and they ain't even got they just spent the profit already. So they need to get the shirts to them
Yeah.
because they can't afford to refund them. And so I'm fighting and fighting. I'm like, no, you can't push these people back, whatever. But I broke it 3 times. But you know what happens, and you know what makes the perfect point is once you have enough sales, you go build out. And it's gonna be forced. The thing that you need to work on is gonna be so fucking obvious. Like if you can't handle production, it's gonna be obvious. If you can't do this, it's gonna be obvious. If you fucking up your payroll, it's gonna be obvious. You need to hire somebody. It's gonna be so. You got too many employees to manage. It's going to be so
Yo!
obvious. You have to let your business make the decision. Stop trying to lead with your wallet and go buy equipment. You gotta go force the issue inside your business. But that's my mic drop. I got to go. I'm out of here.
Later,
I
I'm out
catch you next
too.
time.
Y'all, call me tomorrow though. Y'all, that's it. I'm out too. Like that, I couldn't have asked. Like the fact that he came on today. I still got the now cleaned up tomorrow, but tomorrow's supposed to be my day. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got half the room done. This how it has to be done, but that was the mic drop. It is I promised myself I would not be in this office past 10 o'clock, so I got to get out of here. Hopefully, this, with me in the beginning and then with Stan being on, this was helpful for y'all. Start of that was almost podcast moment for me. I love the back and forth. Oh, that was like a dream. Like, oh my God, because I so want a podcast just like that. Like, gotta have somebody I can feed off of. Because in the comments, y'all were quiet. Y'all were absolutely quiet. But I want that. I want that. I want that. So that was amazing. 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 But yeah, I'm out because I have promised myself that I will not be in this office past 10 o'clock anymore to avoid burnout. So I am out of here. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Yo, I'm like on cloud nine. It was awesome, right? Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm so glad that he came on. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace. I'm so